You know, it's not every day that you get to share your podcast with a living, true legend. Like, legends only come around every so often. They're only like whispered about in small corners of the world. You know, they're just like a wisp in the ether. It's been about a week and a half. That's because I've been having to bide and consume and bottle up all my energy for this podcast. Because I'm podcasting right now with a true legend. My boy AndyJ is here with me today.
What's up?
AndyJ is the one true legend. I mean, he got the earliest legend title. I mean, the kid's been a legend since he was a kid.
I think it's groundbreaking.
It is very groundbreaking. I mean, he is a Titans fan. I don't know how legendary that is.
Not very legendary.
But, yeah, dude, finally get to have my buddy AndyJ on. What's going on, AndyJ?
Not too much. Just been waiting to get invited.
The word, AndyJ is just too cool for all of us out there in Mexico when we started the podcast.
I just had to Americanize it real quick.
He had, go fuck. This motherfucker went to Mexico. All these dudes run around here, all these Trump supporters and shit. This dude goes to Mexico, which I don't have anything against Trump, whatever, I'm just saying. This kid goes to Mexico on the 4th of fucking July. How un-American is that?
I was shit-faced screaming USA.
Yeah, okay. Well,
in Mexico.
Fucking huevos fucking chopped off screaming that shit.
Well, there was all a bunch of Americans at the resort anyway, so I think it wasn't too much trouble.
What's going on, everyone? This is the Keepin a G-Real podcast. It's a friggin' dark, gloomy, but for some reason hot day. It's like, it feels fucking tropic outside. It's raining, but like, you take a shower, you stay wet the rest of the day. I don't know what the fuck is going on here. Normally it's been a drought, and now it's just pouring rain. But, yeah, it's been a little while. Hawkeye's not with us today. He's been having to deal with the work schedule. He just got a new job, so our schedule's kind of off kilter, so it's been a minute. I would say it's been probably a week or so, week and a half before we put up our last podcast. So Hawkeye won't be here for this one. We're just going to be breaking down the last two divisions in the AFC, which would be the AFC South and the AFC North. Just so happens that my favorite team's in the AFC North. AndyJ's favorite team, the Titans, is in the AFC South. So we're going to break that down today. Andy's a diehard Titans fan.
Always have been.
Since I can remember, since he was a kid. He's got Titan socks on right now like a chump. You feel comfortable in those Titan socks, bro?
Dude, they're fucking comfy.
But yeah, we're going to break that down. We're going to talk about what's going on, what they did last year, how the teams look now. And then from there, we'll move on into some fight talk. There was 2 fight cards that went down back-to-back these past couple weekends. We'll get into that. Talk about some heartbreaking losses. And looking forward to the big Fox card that's on this weekend. Eddie Alvarez versus Dustin Poirier, which has possible title implications on. I feel like if one of those guys is impressive, there's a good chance they'll get a title shot in that division. I mean, we'll see. So, yeah, let's just get right into it. We're going to start with the football, and we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about the AFC South, which consists of the Jacksonville Jaguars, who went 10-6 last year, one of the best defenses in the league. The Tennessee Titans, who finished in second place, 9-7, which is AndyJ's boys. Whoop, whoop. Then at the bottom, which in my opinion, barring what has happened to what's gone on with these two teams, the 4-12s that the Colts and Houston Texans got, look deceiving when you see the teams on paper. That's just my opinion. We see the teams on paper, you're like, how the fuck do these two teams go 4-12? And yeah, so we'll start with the Jacksonville Jaguars. I mean, nothing's really changed with Jacksonville. They added some players, but they still have a nasty fucking defense. I feel like Leonard Fournette will improve. We talked about that at work. AndyJ, I don't know. AndyJ doesn't feel too high about Leonard Fournette. I think he's a beast, but
I mean, he had 3.9 yards a carry, so I'm not too sold on him yet.
But behind a bad offensive line.
Yeah, they
and
did.
Having to share the
They
whole
did
workload.
improve their offensive line in the offseason, but they lost their two best receivers, so their offense is going to be garbage.
But yeah, I mean, this defense is fucking nasty. Like, have you seen a defense that plays this nasty? Like, and not only are they skilled and they're disciplined and play as a team, they just got this nastiness about them. Even the dudes that don't talk, they just play fucking mean. They're like in your fucking face talking. Yo, those motherfuckers got AJ Green to take a swing at one of them last year.
Well, the thing about
Green doesn't even talk.
Well, the thing about the Jacksonville Jaguars defense is they're not only that good, but they're super young, so they have a lot of success ahead of them. But they act like they've been successful the past 20 years. They're that cocky, like they've been good all along, and they just got good. So I can't stand any of those fuckers.
So the problem with Jacksonville lies with what are you going to get from Blake Bortles? I mean, at the end of the day,
Nothing.
Offensive line is suspect, hence Leonard Fournette going under 4 yards per carry, but he got the ball so many times.
They ran him into the ground.
Yeah, they ran him into the ground because they didn't have a choice. They've lost all their skilled players. They're going to be rolling with, they picked up Dante Moncrief, Austin Seferian-Jenkins, and Niles Paul. Now, I'm one of the only dudes in the room that understands that Dante Moncrief's not that good. Nate and all these dudes at work are like, fuck Dante Moncrief, bro. They've been screaming Dante Moncrief for the past 4 years. He hasn't done jack shit.
I don't think he's that good. When the Colts played the Titans last year on Monday Night Football, he dropped a wide open pass in the end zone that would have been a touchdown. They had to settle for a field goal. I just can't. You can't rely on Dante Moncrief to be your number one.
And Austin Seferian-Jenkins, the tight end, and Niles Paul, those are like all right pickups. They could definitely play both guys, but like Austin Seferian-Jenkins is one of those dudes that's bounced around a little bit. I don't know if he gets in trouble. Doesn't he get in trouble? Did he like hit someone with a car or something?
I'm pretty sure he got in trouble when he was with the Bucks.
Yeah,
but I think he kind of kept his nose clean when he was with the Jets. I don't really know too much about him ever since then. But he's not bad. They're going to have to run a two tight end system because they don't have any wide receivers. The number one is Dante Moncrief, or you got Westbrook, but those guys haven't been proven so they can be relied upon.
I was going to say, I think that Keenan Cole and Dede Westbrook will show that they can play this season, right? Now, I don't think the World Beaters are still young. But this team will go about as far as they went last year because they have everything you need except for they don't have a solid offensive line. And Blake Bortles is Blake Bortles. I mean, you never know what you're going to get with him. It's either he plays really well, plays really bad. He's had a year where he does absolutely garbage. He had his rookie year where he fucking came out and threw 35 touchdowns or some shit. And like, granted, they have really good weapons. They had really good weapons back then with Allen and who's the other dude?
Robinson.
Oh yeah.
You mean Allen Robinson?
Allen Robinson and who's the dude just signed with the Cowboys?
Shit.
Allen Hurns.
Yes. Yeah.
Allen Robinson and Allen Hurns, they fucking killed it that year. They're rookies then. And it's crazy that they went. Could you imagine if they wouldn't have gone and signed other places? This team went 10-6 last year. You know, honestly, my prediction for the Jacksonville Jaguars, I think they go around 10-6 again. And I think it's because Leonard Fournette will play better than he played last year. This is just my opinion. I thought he played good, but I think he will improve. And I think, obviously, that defense is up to par. I think they go 10-6 again.
I think they end up third in the division.
You think Jacksonville ends up third?
Jacksonville's going third in the division.
What do you think the record's going to be?
I want to say 9-7. I think 9-7.
9-7?
I want to say 9-7.
So you think Houston and Tennessee are going to have more than 9 wins?
I think Tennessee's going to go 10-6, and Houston's going to go either 11-5 or 12-4.
So you got Houston winning the division.
Yes.
So let's move on from Jacksonville. He says Jackson's finishing third. I don't know where they finish. I think they finish around how they did. I think it's going to be a battle for first place between your team, Jacksonville, and Houston.
You mean Titans?
Yeah, Titans.
You said Jacksonville.
Jacksonville and Houston.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a battle between those three. It's hard for me to predict. So Yeah, I mean, I think I'm just gonna say the Jacksonville goes about what the dude does exactly what they did last year. Let's say that. I'm gonna say they go 10-6.
I mean, it's only one win less than they had last year, so it's not like I'm predicting them to go 500. But I just
now, what'd you say?
I'm not predicting them to go 500. 9-7 is only one win less than they had
That
last year.
defense is so good. The defense scores. Leonard Fournette could control the pace of a game because he's such a bruising runner. I think they'll do exactly what they did this year. But they won't win a playoff game if they get into the playoffs because Blake Bortles won't show up. Now we're on to your squad. The good old Titans. What do you think your Titans are going to do, bro?
10-6.
This is going to be a very biased.
Well, clearly. 10-6. I think 10-6 is fair enough.
Yeah, I'm saying they'll go anywhere between 8-8 and 10-6. Somewhere in that range. Like I said, the reason why I say this is because it's going to be a fucking battle. You signed Mike Vrabel.
We got a new offensive coordinator, LaFleur. LaFleur is his last name? I can't pronounce it.
Like Peter LaFleur from Dodgeball. Listen, Peter, you know you. And I know you. And you know that I know you. So let me hit you with some knowledge.
They actually, the Titans interviewed him to be their head coach, and they got him for offensive coordinator because they're giving him play calling duties. They got him from the Rams, and before that, he was with Atlanta with Matt Ryan.
Okay. So, to be 100% honest with you, I think this is what this season's going to come down for you. I do think Marcus Mariota is going to play good this year. I think he plays all right every year, to be honest with you. I don't think
Last year he played garbage. Stats-wise, he was absolutely garbage.
Yeah, stats-wise, he was bad. But you had, like, a lot of injuries on your team, didn't you?
Well, we had our number one wide receiver, Corey Davis. He's out for most of the season.
He was out for the season. Rookie.
Marcus Mariota battled injuries throughout the season, but one of his better games against the Colts on Monday Night Football is when he had a hamstring injury and he was forced to stay in the pocket and he passed for over 300 yards. So, I mean, he can pass in the pocket. He just has to get more accustomed to it.
You know what I like about Mariota, though? And it's something a lot of young guys don't do. He'll read the field, and when he makes up his mind, the ball comes out super fast. And he makes a decision, and he flicks it out there. I don't think he's an inaccurate passer. I think the only thing he lacks in passing is he doesn't have, like, high-level arm strength, I would say. But there's velocity on the ball. It's not weak. He doesn't drive the ball down the field.
No,
I think is what I mean.
My problem with Mariota's play last year is I think the play calling was absolute garbage, so he's trying to force plays. That's what happened a lot because it was just so basic. The play calling was just absolutely basic, and he's trying to force plays.
So could you agree with me on something? See, I want to ask what your thought is on this. If Mariota plays well, which I think he will, I think your season's going to hinge upon how well Derrick Henry does in the starting role at running back.
That's huge. It's absolutely huge.
Here's the thing. I'm a huge Derrick Henry fan.
I love Derrick Henry.
I like Derrick Henry.
He's such a beast. He's so fast and so big.
I think he's a lead runner. I could be wrong. Now, this could be Murph getting in my ear.
Probably is.
Shout out to Big Murph.
It probably is.
Murph is a fucking savage. That's my dog.
We'll get to him next team.
Big Murph.
We'll get to him next team.
Big Murph. Got to have Big Murph on the podcast. That's a straight thug right there. Anyways, shout out to Murph. Big Murph. I agree with something that Murph said. I think he's purely a runner. He's not that great at catching the ball out of the backfield, but he also said something that I thought was weird. At 6'3", 250-something pounds, and as strong, as athletic as he is, Murph said he heard rumors. What?
Didn't sound like it was
Oh, no, it's good. Murph said he heard rumors that he's a fucking atrocious pass blocker. That's what he said he heard. I mean, honestly, in this league, you'll lose snaps if you can't pass block.
Well, the problem with Henry is he wasn't given that lead role that he needed to pass block all the time.
Do you think that's what it is? But you could tell somebody could pass block without having a lead role. I
haven't seen him do a lot of pass blocking because Murray.
So there wasn't a big enough sample size?
Murray was in most snaps. Not that I saw. I haven't really looked into it, but it's not that hard to teach a running back how to pass block.
So they also picked up Malcolm Butler.
That ain't gonna be a problem though.
And that's a good pickup.
Yeah, I think it was huge.
They also picked up Deion Lewis, which is a big pickup too if he's healthy. this is the part I don't agree with Murph on. Murph is adamant that Dion Lewis ends up being the starting running back over Derrick Henry.
Not a chance.
I don't think so.
Not
What Derrick brings to the table as a runner, I think he's going to get the majority of the running snaps. And, yeah, Dion Lewis, there's tons of formations and ways you can line up to have both Dion Lewis and Derrick Henry on the field. You don't have to have just one out. It's a passing league. A lot of these running backs are getting split out in the slot. They're going in sag motion, bubble screens, things of that nature. So I don't think Dion Lewis isn't a dude you give 30 touches. I like Dion Lewis and stuff, especially not rushing touches. Derrick Henry's going to get most of the carries.
I think Dion Lewis is probably going to average like 10 or less touches a game running.
I think he'll average around 12 touches whole. I'm talking like running, catching, things of that nature.
Well, catching, that's why they brought him in the first place.
I say he's going to get 8 to 12 touches, maybe 15 tops.
I mean,
that's if you add running and catching.
But now when it comes to pass blocking Derrick Henry, he wasn't great from what I saw. But it's really not that difficult to teach somebody running back how to pass block. Just chip out the extra guy. Now, when it comes to
you got to be athletic in order to pass block.
He's super athletic,
but a lot of it is,
and he's a freaking truck.
It is mental pass blocking, understanding how teams are trying to stunt against you and blitz and coverages, knowing when to slide and knowing calls, and a lot of it is thinking on the fly. Like you got to listen to your cornerback and your offensive lineman. They might do a delayed blitz, and the next thing you know, you think you got a pass block to the right. Quarterback's calling for a block up the middle.
Well, I mean, he spent 2 seasons with Marcus Mariota to this point.
Mariota, man.
If he can't, if they haven't worked on that to this point, then it's their own damn fault.
Yo, nothing's better than Joe Rendino. He used to work with us when Mariota was a rookie, and Joe played fantasy with us, and I go, Joe, if you get the number 1 pick, I go, who you taking? And he goes, number 1 pick, man? He goes, who, me, man? You talking about getting number 1 pick, man? I'm like, who I get? He puts his hands behind his back. He looks around. He just looks at me right in the face. He goes, Mariota, man. Marcus Mariota, man. That's who I'm going to take. I go, good luck with that, dude. Anyways, so what's rough about this division is I really think a lot of these teams, I think all of these teams are improved. Every single one of them. I know you hate on the Colts, but I think if Andrew Luck is healthy, they're going to be in the mix too.
I don't hate on the Colts. I'm just realistic.
I have Titans going anywhere between 8-8 and 10-6.
I think 10-6 is more is fair.
I'm just saying somewhere in that range because there's going to be some close games, man.
Now, I do think.
Anything you want to say about your Titans?
Well, second place at least.
What were you going to say?
Well, I was going to say I don't see Dion Lewis taking the job from Derrick Henry. It just isn't going to happen.
Me neither.
Derrick he's super fast for his size. He's 240-something pounds, and he outruns cornerbacks when he has the ball. And he did catch a number of balls out the backfield. He had a 76-yard touchdown against the Jacksonville Jaguars late at the last game of the season.
Whatever, bro.
But Dion Lewis is going to be the check down guy, and he's going to get catching a lot of passes. So that tandem is going to be dangerous.
All right, so we'll move on to the Houston Texans. So this one's a hard one for me because I do agree with some of the things Murph said about the defense getting old, but that doesn't mean that your defense is going to fucking suck. Every year they still have had a good defense. And I disagree with something else Murph said too. He says they're going to try to play Tyrann Mathieu at corner, which he could play all over the place. He's definitely not a lockdown corner, which is what I agree with him about. You don't continuously leave him locked down, but open space, ball hawking, he's one of the best in the league right now. And I think they're going to come up with tons of packages to move him around and put him in positions to get after balls and succeed and get sacks and things of that nature. I think he's going to have one of his best years yet. Because I don't care what anyone says. If they're all healthy, health is a big thing. Because J.J. Watt's fucking pussy's hurt every single fucking year, as tough as that guy is. I don't get it. He's always got something's always hurting on him.
Reminds me of Andrew Luck.
Well, no, man. I mean, I'm just saying J.J. Watt's supposed to be his Iron Man tough guy. He's hurt all the time. So, honestly,
I think
I think the Texans.
I think the Texans got a steal for him. A 1 year, $7 million. I believe the deal was.
Honestly, the question is going to be: does Deshaun Watson have a sophomore slump?
I don't think he does. I think he bounces
played
back.
great for like 4 years or 4 or 5 weeks or whatever he played.
Yeah, until he tore his ACL.
Would he throw like 17 touchdowns in like 5 games?
He went
6
nuts.
games, some shit.
He went nuts.
Or 19 in 7 games.
He set the record for most
know.
passing yards during that span of a rookie year. I hope he doesn't falter from it.
I'm going to have the Jaguars finishing first. I'm going to have the Titans finishing second. I have Houston finishing third. But Houston could go anywhere from 7-9 to 9-7 probably.
I mean, you could put the Jacksonville Jaguars at first and the Titans or Houston at third, and it would make sense either way. Any of those three teams. I think it's going to come down to the Houston Texans and Titans, but I think the Texans are going to end up taking the division. I'm just not sold on Jacksonville's offense.
I mean, I think Jacksonville's going to do exactly what they did last year, and they won it last year. So we'll see. I mean, who knows? Next year could be one of those years where Blake Bortles just decides, okay, I'm going to fucking throw 35 touchdowns. Like, who the fuck knows with that guy? I don't know what to think of Blake Bortles. And finally, shout out to the big homie Murph. We're going to talk about the Colts.
Okay, that conversation ended.
Let's see what
next
the
division
Colts did here. I don't see any new guys they've added. They've got a lot of rookies. I like that one kid they picked up there. Who's the homeboy, the safety? Malik Hooker.
Oh, the one out of Ohio State. He had his rookie year last year.
I like Malik Hooker a lot.
He's really good. He's
they
really,
got some
really
young
good.
pass rushers and stuff, but I'm going to grade these guys based on as if Andrew Luck is a question mark, which we don't know what we're going to get with Andrew Luck. If he's going to be healthy, ready to go. I'm going to say the Colts go 6-10.
That's what I told Murph, and you would have thought I just shot him in the foot.
Yeah, I know. I mean, Murph knows, like, shit that, like, God, I don't know where he knows.
He looks this shit up because he knows I'm waiting in that guard
but, like,
check.
Murph knows some crazy. Murph will be like, well, you know, Andrew Luck's baby sister's cousin shot his cousin Tracy in the foot, and they had to go to court for like 8 years, and that's why Andrew Luck couldn't get to rehab fast enough and shit. Like he just knows crazy facts about like what's going on in the world. He knows what's going on behind the scenes and shit. He'll be like, fucking Chuck Pagano fucking couldn't coach. What was he saying today? Chuck Pagano went to go coach a fucking U team, and they didn't even want him out there because he can't coach. We're like, we gotta keep Chuck Pagano away from the kids. Keep away from the kids.
Chuck Pagano's
hide
garbage.
your kids, hide your wives from Chuck Pagano. All right.
Chuck Pagano's garbage.
Chuck Pagano, is he dude that had cancer?
No, I think it was his the coach before Chuck Pagano.
Who was that?
Let me look it up.
I don't know. Murph will be like, it was Michael so and so, and
no, I think it was a guy who was before Chuck Pagano.
But yeah, Murph is a G. Sorry, Murph, I just don't know. Your roster's not that good. And we don't know what we're going to get with Andrew Luck.
It was Pagano.
Yeah, so we don't know what we're going to get with Andrew Luck. AndyJ is in disagreement with me in the fact that if Andrew Luck plays his best ability and is healthy, they will be right up there in the mix. But I'm grading this as if we don't know what's going on with Andrew Luck, because I don't know. He could come back to play great. He might come back and just be nursing something. I mean, there's a lot of questions with Indianapolis. If Luck comes back and plays good, they could easily be in the mix. They could easily win 8-9 games.
I don't think Andrew Luck is going to come back the same.
I think he will, but I just don't know what's going to go on this year. I don't know. And plus, I don't know enough about what's going on over there. Murph's like a sideline reporter, all the shit he knows, dude.
I don't think he's going to come back the same. I
Murph's
hope he
just
does.
like, I was hiding in Andrew Luck's shrubbery, and
well, he thinks
I'm watching his diet plan for the window.
Well, Murph thinks I hate the Colts, and I don't.
Well, I mean,
they're
your rival.
I don't like anybody in the division. I hate the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I hate them all equally.
Exactly. I hate the Jacksonville Jaguars. Well, I mean, am I supposed to like a guy that beats the shit out of my team every time we go against each other? Just like Peyton Manning. I hated Peyton Manning for the longest time, but he's my favorite quarterback of all time.
But he still is a very good player.
He's good.
So I feel like we can't.
I mean, he's a winner. He went 11-5 his first 3 years. Like nobody does that.
That's what I'm saying.
He's a winner. He finds a way to win every time.
I don't care what anyone says. The rest of that roster, hasn't really been all that great since he's been there, and that's why I'm saying a healthy Andrew Luck and T.Y. Hilton basically got them to the playoffs 3 years in a row.
Healthy Andrew Luck is very dangerous, but I just don't think he's come back
but
the
that's
same.
all I'm trying to say is, like, healthy Andrew Luck, it's like the Tom Brady thing. It doesn't matter who the fuck he's throwing the ball to. He could play.
Well, 11-5 his first 3 years when the rest of the team sucked in that division.
True, but, like, still, there was no talent on the team.
Everybody else progressed and the Colts stayed the same. So that's why I don't think they're going to be as good. It's not going to be 11-5 season for him, even if Andrew Luck is healthy. I think a healthy Andrew Luck gets him to, like, 7 wins tops. The rest of those teams in the division kept moving forward, and the Colts just stayed where they were.
All right, so yeah, I've got Jacksonville in the division. Titans in second, Houston third, Colts in last. Sorry, Big Murph, we know you're out there keeping it trill, keeping it G-real, the FedEx. But them's the breaks, brother. I don't know what I'm getting with Andrew Luck. I've been thinking about it, and it is what it is. All right, on to a better division. Nah, this is fucking trash, too.
One of the easiest divisions to pick.
You say that.
I know this.
You say that.
I know that, and you know that.
All right, well, I also think the Steelers take a step back this year, bro.
They could take 3 steps back, and they're still in that division.
Until fucking Joe Mixon comes right down the pipe and fucking punches Ben Roethlisberger's wife in the nose, and then punches Ben Roethlisberger in the face.
Yeah, and then
slaps the cheerleaders.
Yeah, then Big Ben fucks Joe Mixon's sister, as long as she's still in high school.
As long as she's 16 and in a bathroom stall on Molly. Yo, that's why we started calling Roethlisberger Rowdy Ben Roethlisberger. Rowdy Roethlisberger, bro. He's out there. Yo, Ben Roethlisberger's a savage on and off the fucking field, bro. So, yeah, let's start at the top with the Steelers.
I think it's going to go.
Steelers went 13-3 last year, and I keep forgetting that they went 13-3. That's fucking crazy.
I think they're going to go 11-5.
Yeah, I think they take a step back. I say they go 11-5 or 10-6.
They're going to go 11-5. Baltimore's going to go 7-9.
So they got that contract dispute though going. Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah, he's still playing there this year. After this year, they said his agent says he's going.
But do you think it's one of those things where like he plays like super monstrous because he's trying to get them checks?
Well, he's been doing that lately, and it doesn't really matter. He wants to get paid like the highest paid player in the league instead of like a normal running back. This contract would have gave him the highest paid contract for any running back by $5 million.
Yeah,
and
what was it, 5 years, 70 million?
It was ridiculous, and he's not being realistic with his expectations. He's trying to get too much money out of him.
You know how it is. They're all offense. I don't think the defense of the Steelers has been that great, honestly, the last handful of years.
Especially now with Shazier down.
Yeah, and like, I mean,
that's a big hit.
He's a great guy and stuff, and I'm happy he's still alive. But like, I love all these people that really think Ryan Shazier's coming back to play football. I watched that dude walk out for a draft pick.
He barely could walk.
He could barely walk.
He almost fell.
Yo, he could barely walk.
I hope. He's probably not coming back. Do I want him to come back? Of course, I don't want.
I don't want to see him come back, dude. A fucking neck spine injury. Fuck that.
I don't want.
You wouldn't catch me playing. He's already got money.
I don't want injury derailing anybody's career. Period. Like it did to RG3.
If that was me, I'd be like, I got some millions. I'm fucking done. I would just fucking sit around and play PlayStation, pull my fucking pud, and rehab.
You do that without millions?
Not really, but whatever. Drink some E&J with the boys. Keep it trill with the real homies. I'd be keeping it trill with Big Murph, spying on the Colts. That's what I'd be doing.
He's an Andrew Luck shrubs.
Yo, those like, you just like those shrubs that have the little red berries on them. Murph just comes up out of the shrubs.
He wears the helmet with the shrub on top.
Word, yeah. A ghillie suit.
Sticks the head in the bushes.
Murph's just like, listen, I know what Andrew Luck eats in the morning, okay? I know that he wears a blinder when he goes to bed, okay? Dude, Murph is a savage. Dude, Murph is such a G. Anyways, so they got, obviously, Antonio Brown. They got that new kid, Juju Smith-Schuster. I don't know what a Juju is, but it is what it is.
It sounds like a Pokemon.
Yeah, I mean, I think they'll go 11-5, 10-6, something in that range, and they'll probably win the division. I mean, they got so much firepower with like today's rules. It's just like you can't stop Steelers once they get rolling. I don't think they do as good as they did last year, but And let's see what else we got here. So, say what you want to say.
Oh,
And
here we go.
And this is the first year, and the first time in a while I've had them doing okay. I have the Bengals going 8-8 this year.
No way.
I have the Bengals going 8-8, and they're going to be second, but they're not going to make the playoffs.
They're going. I think either third.
We have the second best roster in the division, in my opinion.
Third at best.
That's just my opinion.
Third place at best.
I don't think the Ravens are that good, dude.
They're not that good, but neither are the Bengals.
The Bengals roster's better.
The Bengals can't. Andy Dalton cannot put it together.
I'm just saying, I'm not out here going, oh, fucking the nerd, fucking Super Bowl, and all that stuff.
Well, didn't you call me biased? I think 8-8 is a little bit.
I'm not being biased.
I think 8-8 is a little bit of a biased opinion.
I don't think anywhere between 6-10 to 8-8 is biased.
I think 8-8 is definitely
I
way
think
pushing
6-10 at the lowest, 8-8 at the highest.
I think 5 wins.
And
is
I think the
realistic.
Ravens do about just as good. I think they both finish in that range.
I think Ravens go 7-9. I think the Bengals
somewhere in that range.
I think the Bengals and the Browns go 5-11.
I think that the Browns go 4-12.
Well, it's
and the Bengals
not
and the
that far
Ravens
off.
compete for second place. I think it's gonna be second place is gonna be closer. You think? I don't think Ravens or the Bengals make the playoffs. I think
Steelers is the only team making the playoffs in that division.
I think we've improved defensively, and I think that if we can get our offensive line together with our skill players, and if Joe Mixon has a good year, which I think he's gonna as the full-time starter, can catch the ball at the backfield, can run, can block, he can even return shit. You know what I'm curious about? And I was never sold on this player in the first place. I'm wondering if the fucking skinny little girl-looking homeboy, the fucking we drafted last year, what's his name?
Where'd you get him out of?
John Ross.
Oh,
like I'm wondering if John Ross
combine
is going to be
killer?
good. The combine killer.
The
like,
combine killer.
Here's the thing. I don't know if you agree with me on this with wide receivers, but the last thing I care about when I look at these wide receivers is how fast they are.
That's not the last thing I care about. It's definitely important.
But, like, name all the dudes that, like, look at all the dudes that were, all they talked about was just, oh, this guy burned. Look at Darius Hayward, Bay, Mike. I mean, Mike Wallace is good mainly because he got fucking had a good quarterback. But when you see Mike Wallace go to other teams, he wasn't that good. Like, give me a guy that catches everything, can run the whole entire route tree, you know, can be on the same page with the quarterback, it can take hits. You don't have to be the fastest dude.
No, you know.
I thought there was better wide receivers. The kid you drafted, I thought was better wide receiver.
Corey Davis?
Yeah.
I'm not saying the speed is the most important thing. To me, the most important thing is route running and getting that separation. Getting separation is more important than anything. Because you can be fast all you want. But
You could be fast and still not be good at getting separation.
But if the cornerback's only 0.2 of a second off from you, he can close that distance.
Like,
if the ball's underthrown.
He's built like a teenager. You could be fast all you want, but if dudes are beating you up at the line of scrimmage, the amount of time that you have to get up and down the field and run your routes drastically shortened.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Route running is the most important thing, and gaining that separation is huge.
So, Bengals, I think they're going to be – they won't make the playoffs, but I think they're going to be better than people think. We still suck, obviously. But I think people will be surprised with how the defense plays and Joe Mixon and stuff like that. If our offensive line can't get it together, we're fucking – you know, Andy Dalton could possibly get sacked 5 million times next year. What do you think about the Ravens? I mean, I think they're about as good as – like I said, I think them and the Bengals are about as good as each other. Do you really think – you were saying something at work. Do you really think that Homeboy starts over Joe Flacco?
I think Lamar Jackson takes a starting spot at some point in the season.
I like Jamar. He started to grow on me as a player,
at some point in the season, because apparently what I'm hearing, and you agreed with it, Lamar Jackson's been impressing big time in training camp.
So I have heard.
His short-term accuracy needs to improve. From
Yeah,
what I've
which
seen
is
in college,
weird.
he overthrows. He puts too much power on the pass.
Which is weird. He's one of those dudes in college where he threw the ball good down the field and in like the middle areas of the field, but he was like bad at throwing like short like passes, like the curls, the slants, the 5 and outs.
Well, he was
You know what I'm saying?
anticipating
The
have
precision
to.
rounds.
He was anticipating have to take off and run the ball, because that's just what he did. He didn't stay in the pocket for very long at times, or much at all. So he's getting too excited and he was overthrowing the ball short distances. If they can work on that,
and they got some players. But you know what? Murph said the Texans defense is getting old. Yo, the Ravens defense is old. They need to move dudes. Terrell Suggs is old. Eric Weddle's old. They got a lot of old defensive linemen and linebackers on that team. I like C.J. Mosley, though, their middle linebacker.
Suggs and Weddle are gaining seniors and discount at this point.
Right.
Mosley, he's good.
He's a beast.
Really good. And then he got, do they still got Jimmy Smith at the corner?
Yeah, I like Jimmy Smith, too. He's one of those guys where he's more physical than he is fast. He's one of the better press guys. He really gets up in dudes and plays them tough at the line of scrimmage. I love those guys. Like, what's the dude for the fucking Vikings? Who just beats the shit out of everyone.
Oh, Xavier Rhodes?
Xavier Rhodes.
Dude, he's so good.
Fucks dudes up on the line of scrimmage.
He's so good.
But, yeah, so we both have Pittsburgh winning. AndyJ and I disagree on who's going to finish second. He says Baltimore. I say the Bengals. And we both got Cleveland finishing last. Honestly, let's get to Cleveland. I love all the players on Cleveland, man.
Baker Mayfield.
Let's go, dude. Yo, you know what's hilarious about all this? I loved 4 out of the 5 kids that got drafted in the first round of quarterback. As Spencer and I talked about with Anton on the other podcast, we broke down the AFC East. Josh Allen played in a conference in college where the best team he played was probably fucking Colorado Polytechnical Institute or some shit, and he threw 54%. Like, if you're playing no one and you're inaccurate against no one, I don't care height, weight, speed. I don't give a shit that he's athletic. Like, it's about throwing the ball. And I'm not sold on Josh Allen. I think he's going to get eaten alive up there in the good old shithole that's Buffalo.
Well, I mean, he doesn't have great defenses to go against either. I mean, New England's defense is garbage.
The Jets' defense is improved and is tough, but yeah, they're not playing.
The Jets' defense is literally the toughest defense you're going against.
But I like the Jets' defense. All those young guys, that defense is going to be mean soon.
Dude, they had a bunch of no-name guys just ball out last year. It was crazy.
They have Leonard Williams, who's a monster. They have Jamal Adams. Yeah, but they got a lot of young linebackers like Deron Lee that could just run east to west. I like the guys they got. Watch out for the Jets, dude. I'm telling you, Jets are going to go 8-8 this year. If Sam Darnold plays good, the Jets are good. Even with McCown played good last year.
That's not out of the realm of possibility.
Even if McCown, they got some guys they're gonna put the ball on the ground and run it.
They also got that kid from Tennessee.
I love how we're talking about the other division now.
Well, they also got that kid from Tennessee, Avery Williamson. They signed him over the Jets.
Yeah, he's a good linebacker.
He's really good. He needs to stay off coverage though. He's garbage in coverage.
Back to what we were saying before.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield, let's go. Yo, I hope. Okay, what I was saying about this division is I'm a Bengals fan. I've loved the Bengals since I was a teenager. Shouts out to Ocho Cinco, my dog. If you ever want to come on the podcast, let me know. We'll bust the cigars out.
Stay retired.
Anyways, well, he's fucking 40. No shit, AndyJ.
No, I don't want him around here.
Yeah, what, did you score 3 touchdowns on your Titans on Monday Night Football or some shit like that? Probably.
I don't remember him playing. I was still in diapers.
Anyways. You were still in diapers. That's funny. I'm not that much older than you.
No.
Yo, fuck everyone, dude. Chad Johnson was a savage. Chad Johnson played in the toughest division defensively in a time when motherfuckers can fuck you up while you're running around. So all this pussy bullshit we're playing.
Well, I'm just saying, T.O. wants to come back. I just want to make sure Ocho Cinco stays retired.
T.O.'s physically capable, but I can't see him out there fucking taking hits. Anyways, the Browns. I would love it as much as I love my Bengals. I would love it more than anything if Baker Mayfield came out.
He's the best quarterback coming out of that draft.
Was just like Super Bowl. Just started fucking shitting on everybody. Like, I want him out there fucking shaking his junk at the cheerleaders and fucking scoring touchdowns, dude. Fucking stabbing people in the heart with flags and shit.
Dude, I don't know why he apologized for that.
Trades back.
I don't know why he apologized for that.
Dude, what the fuck ever? If the worst thing that your quarterback does is shake his fucking dick at the opponent, you should be fucking happy.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when he stuck the flag in the middle of the field when he beat Ohio State.
You got in trouble for that?
Yeah, he apologized for it afterward.
Oh, that's garbage.
They shit on him. I think it was the year before when they played each other.
Whatever, bro.
They were shitting on him. Then he stuck the flag in the middle of the field. And I was so happy that he did. I can't
Dude,
fucking
that was
stand
awesome.
them guys.
You know, the only thing that sucked about that was it didn't stay up.
Well, yeah, it was on turf.
Still, I
It
know.
was
Just
on
that
turf.
sucked. You stabbed it in there and it fell, but that was fucking awesome. Baker Mayfield is a G. Now, what I love about let's be real here. If you're looking based off the teams he played in the big moments, being a clutch player, winning all the games he won, and if you look at his stats, he by far is the best quarterback in this draft.
That's what I kept saying.
If
He's going to be the best one coming out of this draft, period.
Now, does that mean he's going to end up being the best one? No, but if you're going
think
off
he
all
is.
the things that we judge besides the height, weight, speed thing, I didn't think the Browns were going to take him with a number 1 overall pick. I thought he was going to go to the Jets. That's what I thought. I thought the Browns were going to take Sam Darnold.
Well, I thought there was a chance that he could fall in number 4 or maybe the Browns straight up again.
I knew he would go top 10, but I didn't think he'd go first.
I definitely think it was a mistake not taking Saquon Barkley number 1. That kid's a freak.
Yeah, but we had that conversation. You know how I feel about running backs.
True.
I think they're a dime a dozen.
Not him, though. This kid's ridiculous.
Yeah, but they say that about every first running back that's picked in every single draft.
This kid, he's so good.
Here's the thing. I'm not doubting what you say about Saquon Barkley, but when it comes to running backs, I don't fucking believe shit until they're out there shitting on people.
You're going to see this kid shit on
Because
people.
I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Darius Geiss' game tape was just as impressive to me. And his college game tape. That's all I'm saying. Darius Geiss' college game tape was just as good. And he got drafted in the second round. And I heard rumors that he fell in the draft because he's gay.
Me and Nate were
I
talking
don't
about
know
that.
if that's actually true or not, but what the fuck is that
No,
about?
team, I forgot which team it was.
The team asked him if he liked
They
dudes.
asked him if he was gay. And I don't know what he said to him. Hopefully he said, fuck you.
Word.
But, because it's nobody else's fucking business.
Now, make no mistake, Michael Sam, that kid that was gay, was not that good of a player.
No.
Like, he played in a division that wasn't
He didn't
that
make it in
good.
Canadian Football League.
And
He
blah,
didn't
blah,
even
blah.
make it there.
So, like, everyone was like, oh, he's not getting picked to number 1 overall because he sucks dick. There's nothing wrong with sucking dick. There's nothing wrong with being gay, and that's why we're talking about this, right? Who gives a fuck if Darius Geiss is gay? We don't even know if he is or not, but, like,
Even if he
the
is, who gives a
questions
shit?
that
Nobody
they
else's
ask
business.
these kids,
Nobody else's
why don't you
business.
ask more poignant questions about, like, their past? Like, why don't you ask them, you know, if they really got in trouble on that Saturday night? Because they know everything about you. Their questions are designed because they know the answers most of the time already. And they're going to see if you're going to fucking pussyfoot and lie. And, like, honestly, if it was me, if I was gay, I would just be like, yeah, dude, I'll fucking suck your dick, faggot. Like, whatever. Like, but, like,
It's nobody else's business.
like, to be honest with you, if you're asking a question like that, in my opinion, it's because part of you is not okay with it. That's just my opinion.
That's exactly why it is.
because there's who gives a shit.
Because do you ask
Now-
every single player that comes
now,
in if they're straight?
I think we agree that every business should be allowed to run whatever way they want. If you don't want a gay guy playing with your team, that's cool.
That's your own fucking
do whatever
problem.
you want to do, but it's
but
shitty.
but it's not your business to ask him if he is gay.
Yeah, I don't think so.
It's definitely
I don't
not.
think you should.
Because if he's that good of a player, like I don't give a fuck if he's gay.
So back to Saquon Barkley, what I was saying was there was another dude too who I really, really liked. I think the Bucks took him. Anyways, Darius Geiss is going to start for the Redskins. I think he's going to play very well. But when it comes to the running backs, in my opinion, there is always good running backs. Now, the reason why I had a problem with the Barkley pick was because it wasn't like the Cowboys situation. The Cowboys got their quarterback in the draft too. They thought they had a really good offensive line. They had Tony Romo. They had all these other things. And if you feel like you have all these other things, go ahead, take your running back wherever you want. But in my opinion, if you're the fucking Giants and you have, I don't give a shit what anyone says. People aren't honest about these New York Giants. They have holes on defense. They have holes on offensive line. Yes, they have a hole at running back. They also have a 37-year-old quarterback. And there's I haven't looked at the next set of quarterbacks coming out next year or the year after.
It's way too early.
It's way too early. But you had 4 blue-chip quarterbacks. There's 4 guys that got drafted that could possibly be starting quarterbacks in this league for a little while to come. And you take a running back, which in my opinion is probably like the
5.
6th.
Lamar Jackson. You're forgetting Lamar Jackson.
Well, I said 4 because I was discounting Allen.
Okay.
Lamar Jackson was one of them. You take a running back when you had more important holes. That's all I'm saying. I get it. And everyone, like I told Spencer, the Cowboys are a really good football team. Okay? I think the Cowboys will be in the playoffs this year. I do think so. They'll finish second in that division, and I think they'll make the wild card. But you want to know why? It's because that offensive line is so good, and because Zeke is so good, and that defense will play just good enough with Lee and the boys, right?
I think the AFC South is too good. They're not going to get a wild card.
The Cowboys?
Yeah, I don't think they're getting a wild card.
Anyways, but what I'm saying is the Cowboys will win anywhere between, right now, 9 to 11 games every year. Well, they've been winning. They've been going 10-6. They went 10-6 last year.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
They didn't make the playoffs.
I thought they went 10-6.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
Okay,
9
so
and
like
7.
I was close. They went 9-7, right? But here's the thing, though.
I think 8-8 for them.
If they had a better quarterback, a kid that could throw the ball down the field and make every throw, they would have won more than 9 games. They would have more, and that was without Zeke playing games.
Right.
What I'm saying is, if you have an okay quarterback and everything else is good on your team, and you got a really good running back, that's as far as you get. You don't win playoff games unless you have a quarterback. At some point, your quarterback is asked to make throws in every fucking game ever. That people thought I was nuts when I was like, if Romo's healthy in the playoffs, Dak's rookie year, I'm like, maybe they should consider playing Romo in the playoffs because he can make explosive throws that Dak Prescott can't. And I like Dak Prescott. He's still young. Could he develop into a better down-the-field thrower, midfield thrower? Yeah. But I haven't seen it yet, and he's going to have to, or else they're going to be floating around 10-6 every year.
Well, they don't have Jason Witten to throw the ball to 5 yards down, 10 yards on the field anymore.
I honestly, the reason why I say that they might squeak in if they play well, I think the defense is healthy and improved. I don't think the Redskins or the Giants do that well this year.
I think, the Giants, they paid, Nate Solder? How do you say his last name? Solder.
He's all right.
They paid him a lot of money, but that's one guy, and there's 5 offensive linemen.
Now, what will help Barkley is the fact that they sling the ball all over the lot. And through the air, you have to be on top of your game because Odell can just,
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Odell's so explosive, it's like, which way do I go? Which way do I go?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Paying one guy, one tackle, isn't going to solve your 4 other holes.
They have bad offensive linemen.
Saquon Barkley is going to be huge for him.
I think he's definitely going to help them, but you know what? That team is Saquon Barkley.
I think 6-10 or 7-9 is.
But that's the thing. As good as Barkley can be, you could take any other good running back and put them on the Giants. It'll get them maybe 5 wins more if you're lucky. So with Saquon Barkley, if he's a game breaker, they could possibly go 8-8. I don't see them being anything better than 8-8.
Not now, no.
But the Giants are a weird team.
But it's a huge step in the right direction. It's a huge step in the right direction.
The Giants are a weird team because the Giants can out of nowhere just be really good, and then the next year they'll just be one of the worst teams in the league. Well, they're the weirdest franchise in the history of football.
I think it was a huge move by him picking up Barkley because you're not going to get another running back like this come out of the draft, not for a long, long time.
So you think Saquon? So I guess what my question is this: you believe in your heart that Saquon Barkley is Adrian Peterson? You think he's that caliber of player? Because I feel like you can't take a running back that high unless you have a lot of your needs filled, and he's Adrian Peterson.
I've said this before. He's the best running back to come out of the draft since Adrian Peterson.
You think so?
I truly think so. This guy is nuts. He is that good.
I don't know. There's mixed reviews on him. There's a lot of guys. Did you know that he... I was seeing some stat that kind of turned me off about him, how, Christian McCaffrey had, more touches than him and, has actually shown that he could carry a workload.
Saquon Barkley is in a way harder conference. Way harder conference.
What did he play for? Penn State?
Penn State, the Big Ten, has some of the best defenses in college football.
Don't they play in the SEC, though? Stanford? No, I think Pac-10. Or Pac-10.
They have the worst. They have the worst. They have the worst defenses. They have the worst defenses.
Really, the Pac-10?
Pac-10.
They're just all offense on the Pac-10.
It's literally 40-something to 50-something every game. It's literally every single game.
So we went off on a tangent there, but the Browns Browns didn't win any games last year. I say they win 4-5.
Well, all I know is
This
the
year
head
they
coach.
got a lot of good players.
The head coach ain't going to take a dive in the river after this next
Marvin
year.
Lewis is done after this year. You bet your ass. I'm coaching the Bengals next year, Murph.
Marvin Lewis should have been gone after 3 years ago. Okay.
You know what? You want me to tell you what's the deal with Marvin Lewis is?
He's garbage.
No, I love Marvin Lewis. He's a fucking sweetheart. He's a first-rate man, and I think he's a good coach. But you want to know what he has? What's wrong with him? I love Marvin Lewis, and if he's hearing this, I doubt it because we only got like fucking 10 followers. But Marvin Lewis is soft as baby shit. Marvin Lewis is soft as bread pudding.
He's today's Jeff Fisher.
He's way too nice. He's just like, oh, how's it going, Chip, and all this stuff, and like, oh yeah, he just wants to be everyone's friend. Yo, if I was a coach, I would have smacked the shit out of Pac-Man Jones. I'd be like, people better get their fucking acts together around here. I've been spiking people's Gatorade with fucking steroids and shit. I would go off the fucking rails if I'm a coach. They weren't, and I don't give a shit. I love the grimy shit as long as there's result in penalties. I love Montez Burfict. Knocking motherfuckers out illegally. I love all that shit.
He's a scumbag.
But I got
He's
a lot of play. Well, you want to know why? He's a throwback, and all you motherfuckers are soft.
That's
what
scumbag.
It is, baby.
He's a
Burfict's
scumbag.
a throwback. Yo, when Ray Lewis did all that shit to people, everyone thought that's the way it was.
Okay, Ray Lewis is a hard player. This guy's a scumbag.
No, dude. We grew up watching tons of linebackers making all the same plays. Montez, kidding me? Do you remember Bart Scott? You remember how mean Bart Scott played for the Ravens, the dude who used to play next to Ray Lewis? Bart Scott was the dirtiest, mean player. Not dirty in a bad way, just a savage. Like, he didn't give a fuck. Bart Scott fucked people up like Montez Burt. He didn't give a fuck if you're on the ground.
Well, the difference is those guys said, I don't give a fuck.
Remember Rodney Harrison? Rodney Harrison's a fucking savage.
Montez Burfict act like he does nothing wrong.
No, he does not.
Yeah, he does.
He knows he's wrong, but he doesn't give a fuck because he's a savage.
He's a scum.
Yo, dude, I was watching a documentary on
He's not that good.
Yo, bullshit. Yo, I was watching the documentary on Rodney Harrison. I might be the only dude on the planet that loves Rodney Harrison. He was so dirty and mean player. The shit he says, like, I just wanted to kill you when I was out there. I didn't give a fuck. I'm like, yeah, that's my dude right there. Anyways, Browns, 4 or 5 wins. I mean, they picked up a lot of good guys. It's going to be interesting to see. They got my favorite wide receiver in the league, Jarvis Landry.
Oh, boy.
And I think Jarvis Landry fits
He is really good.
I think Jarvis Landry fits what Baker Mayfield's good at. Because, let's be honest, Baker Mayfield's an accurate quarterback. People shit on Baker Mayfield, dude. I don't get it. Whatever. Suck my dick. How about that?
He's the best quarterback coming out of the draft.
Oh, dude, I hope Baker Mayfield fucking kills it. Let's hope the Browns win 12 games this year. We all know the Bengals suck. Fuck it. I'll root for the Browns. I don't give a shit. As long as Baker Mayfield is on the Browns, I will silently just like, they'll be my backup team. I'll be like, well, the Bengals suck, so the Browns do good. And plus, I'd like to see the Browns do something. How crazy would it be to see Baker Mayfield lead the Browns to the playoffs? He's got his little fucking bandana on. He's out there. He's like, we don't give a fuck, Johnny Manziel. Fuck Johnny Manziel.
God only knows the fans have been waiting that long enough
the fucking white Russell Wilson out here. Baker Mayfield, let's go, dude. Let's go, baby. But yeah, so there's the football divisions. I mean, we'll see. I think this football season is going to be great. I really do. I think this is going to be an all-time great season. I know we get amped for it. And, like, the only thing that sucks is I have to be that guy. Because of how much the rules have changed, it's kind of sullied my style of football. I miss back when dudes could really fuck each other up and play mean and nasty and dirty and grimy and, like, there was more contact. Like, these rules, you want to know what's crazy to me? How the fuck is a wide receiver not gone for, like, 2,500 yards yet with these rules? Like, Calvin Johnson almost got 2,000. But, like, do you think it's because the schemes are derived so that, like, you spread the wealth all the time? Like, if you look at the top quarterbacks, they're throwing to multiple different dudes all the time, and you're like, there's always a handful of teams that have, like, 2 dudes with 1,000 yards.
Well, I mean, plus there's a lot of
like, how does a guy like Julio Jones not go for 2,000?
Well, Matt Ryan has a lot of weapons.
Julio Jones got close one year. He had what, 1,800?
He had to have been close. I know Calvin Johnson got close.
19. No, he had like what 1900.
I think it was like 1889 or something like that. I want to go back to Vontaze Burfict real quick.
What?
You got me riled up.
What about him?
I don't dislike him because he's a little grimy. That ain't gonna hurt nobody. Whatever. As long as you're not
doesn't get in trouble off the field.
As long as you're not purposely not trying to take somebody out of the game, because that's some bullshit.
Yeah, but what do you consider purposely trying to take someone out of the game though?
Like
okay, so I do agree with you, and I feel like he might have done this. Anything where you're intentionally trying to like break a dude's leg.
Yeah,
I don't like that shit.
Or like Albert Hainsworth, useless ass, he's stepping on somebody's face and cutting them open. And
I mean, all of it
that's
for
bullshit.
The most part. Vontaze Burfict just throwing helmet to helmet, knockout shots, and led with his helmet and hit dudes in the head. But like
that's stupid because you can
yourself
fuck
up. When we were in high school, though, that was everyone. Go back and watch John Lynch. Go back and watch that. That's one of my favorite players of all time.
I love John Lynch.
John Lynch looked like a sledgehammer running through concrete. It looked like a car crash. John Lynch would lead with his head, take dudes out, take his old players out. That was football. John Lynch was football.
Well, without question, my honest opinion on Burfict is that it's not that he does some of this grimy ass shit. Because, like I said, you'll survive.
He doesn't say anything. What do you mean he acts like he doesn't? Like he's not? Like is that what you're trying to say?
No, my problem is he's getting called for it, and he's continuously fucking his team over.
True. I mean, that I admit that does fucking suck. Like he gets penalized and shit. Like we would have won that playoff game against the Steelers.
That's my
to be
biggest
fair,
problem with him.
I'm happy he's gone too. Jeremy Hill's soft as fucking bread pudding. And I'm happy they fucking got rid of his ass because we wouldn't have been in that position if homeboy could fuck hold on to the football. Just fucking carry that shit like a loaf of bread.
Yeah, Joe Mixon, right hook Mixon.
Speaking of Pac-Man Jones, did you watch him get that fight in the airport?
Yeah, that was the weakest fight I've ever seen.
He knocked the guy out.
That was embarrassing. That was a slap fight until he caught the
they can't fight. But I hope he's gone now. Can we finally let Pac-Man Jones go?
You know what made me mad about that fight? What made me mad about that fight is the fucking Popeyes that was on the ground.
Yo,
you don't fucking do that to Popeyes.
So
you don't fucking do that to Popeyes.
If Anton was there, Anton would have fucked them both up and took the fucking
food. You don't fucking do that to Popeyes. Throw that shit on the ground. That's a disgrace.
Anton would have knocked them both out.
And you take your backpack off before you fight. Like, you got to take that shit off.
Oh, yeah, you got to take that backpack off. How are you going to pivot those punches, man? How are you going to roll that shoulder over? Put dudes away.
But fuck whoever threw that Popeyes on the ground.
Yeah, I mean, God, make the Browns great again. Let's go Baker Mayfield.
But back to Burfict. Only problem with him is he keeps fucking his team over. That's what makes me so mad. Is he doesn't understand that he's. Well,
you know what? Back where in high school, those penalties would have been fucking called. So how about that?
If he was doing it 5 years ago, I wouldn't give a shit. But they're fuking calling it now. Dude, like, you got to be aware of that.
Yo, John Lynch was football. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
John Lynch was football.
And today, I'd be saying the same shit about.
How does John Lynch not have a concussion? Now, why is he not concussed all the time? He's totally articulate. That doesn't mean there's anything wrong with him. But there's a lot of players who are like, and it could come out of nowhere.
It could develop down the line.
But he's almost 50 now, and he's just like, hey, man, how's it going, man? I didn't split my head open 80,000 times.
Well, I mean, it doesn't happen to everybody. The amount of concussions that goes around.
Isn't that weird? It's a weird thing. Like, there's dudes that have taken tons of beatings and fightings in football, and they're fine their whole lives. Then you got guys that just have a few bad knockouts in MMA or in boxing, and they're fucking fucked up.
Well, one kid in baseball, his first ever at bat, he got hit in the head and ended his career. Ended his career. He never went back to the majors after that, I don't think.
That's fucking crazy, dude. Well,
just how you react to it, I guess.
I guess we'll move on from football. And we're going to move on to some fight stuff. For all the fight fans out there, let's move this up here. Okay, so AndyJ and my brother did not watch these fights, but I watched most of them over the weekend when I was at work. There was a couple ones. We're going to touch on something that was on from another card, though. Not this card, but 2 weeks before, there was a fight night. And you know who looked wicked fucking good? And who has been looking good his last 2 fights? Didn't think I was going to say it. But I disagree with Nate. Just because she was hot, Nate was like, fuck Paige Van Zandt, fucking been all this stuff.
I love Paige Van
Zandt. She's a sweetheart, but she's not a good fighter. Anyways.
She's not bad.
Sage Northcutt has looked great his last 2 fights, and the motherfucker's like 12.
He
Was he 21?
I believe he got dropped early in the first round.
This fight, he fought that Otto guy, big welterweight. This dude's huge. He easily weighs 200 pounds.
It didn't take him long to recover, though. He recovered very quickly.
Recovered, dude. He's been putting together combinations. And you know what I see in Sage Northcutt? There's some nastiness to Sage Northcutt. He runs around and he's like, he goes, hey, how's it going, Mr. Faber? And how are you, Mr. Rogan?
He looks like he just waxed a surfboard.
Listen, dude. I've trained with pros, right? The fight the UFC. He's trained with like Matt Brown, Matt Hamill, and a bunch of other guys. I have buddies that fight professionally in Bellator. Shout out to Kev, Alex, Killer Kev, Alex Potts. Trained with world-class guys. Kevin Van Ostren fights for fucking glory. You could see in someone's eyes if they're really a fighter or not, right? I saw some shit in Sage Northcutt's eyes the other night that just made me fucking get all tickled inside. Like, he had Otto hurt, and he put the fucking smush-ass beat down on Otto. Dude, if you find a camera angle on it, he's got Zach Otto, or whatever his name is, fucking Otto Van Oster, whatever the fucking name is, against the fence, and the dude's curled up, and he's done for it. Dude, and Sage is like biting on his mouthpiece, teeth gritting, eyes like the devil, and he's just going, babe, unloading to the side of this dude's noggin. I was like, fucking right, Sage Northcutt. There's a fire in that kid. That kid, he's mean.
He's got a lot of potential.
He's mean when he gets in there, dude. And in his fighting style, too, is speed and agility and trying to be precise. So since he's not a brawler, a lot of those point guys almost look like they're not, like they're soft kind of the way they fight. They're like, you did Taekwondo. They're just kind of precise, and there's no fat in their movements. And a lot of times the quick, agile point fighter dudes, people like kind of throw them by the wayside. Yo, Sage Northcutt looked like a fucking devil the other night. He had like fucking like, remember Who Framed Roger Rabbit, the movie? Yeah. He's like, you remember when he's like, remember me, Eddie?
The dude with the red eyes.
I killed you, brother. Remember that?
The dude with the red eyes?
Yeah, and the daggers come out of his eyes. That was Sage Northcutt. Sage Northcutt. So shout out Sage Northcutt. Word is Mike Perry wants to fight him and all this stuff. We'll see. That'd be a great fight.
I think Mike Perry's fighting Down Cerrone next. I think they just booked it.
Is that confirmed?
I think they just booked it.
That would be a great fight. But yeah, shout out to dude Sage Northcutt looked so good the other night. But so I didn't watch the early prelims to this card. Let's see where I start. Okay, so we'll start with this one. This Justin Ledet versus Alexander. Oh, so the fight is confirmed. Cerrone and
for Denver.
Damn, dude, that's gonna be a great fucking fight, man. Mike Perry probably wins that. Anyways,
it's the Frankie Edgar Korean Zombie headline.
Ooh, that's a good fight. So I watched. This is where I started watching the card. So check this dude out: Justin Ledet versus Alexander Rakic. So
he looks like somebody's dad.
Yeah, Ledet looks like somebody's dad. But this Alexander Rakic dude, he won a decision, right? But he beat this Ledet dude pillar to post, and this Rakic guy used to fight at heavyweight, right? He's one of the biggest 205ers I've ever seen. He's dropped down to heavyweight. I want to say he's 26. Look at him. 6'5", 205, 78 inches of reach.
That's John Jones material.
Yo, dude, he put the fucking beat down.
Not the reach, but John Jones 6'5", isn't he? 6'3", 6'5".
I don't know if it'll let me show highlights, but I was impressed by Rakic. Now, he didn't fight a good fighter. He fought a can. He looked impressive against a can. But
who was his loss against?
His fight IQ is not really there yet. He got a lot of good takedowns.
Oh, he lost before he got to the UFC.
Yeah, he lost before he got to the UFC. He had a lot of good takedowns in the fight. Like, look.
Let's go back down his biography. What does that say? I am my own hero.
I am my own hero. That sounds like something this dude would say. But this dude his striking wasn't that accurate, but he was patient with his strikes. And when he had the dude hurt, that dude was tough. That dude took a fucking ass whooping. I thought multiple times in the fight he was going to finish the fight, but he lacked fight IQ. Like, he seemed to not put the pedal down at the right moments. And instead of striking more when he had Ledet hurt, he would strike and look to take down. I mean, it's good that he can mix it up. Like, he's mixing his grappling up with his strikes. And, dude, he kept going. He looked like he had a decent gas tank on him. I think this is one of those guys where, like, he looks like he probably struggles to make 205. He's from Vienna, Austria. But I liked what I seen out of Rakic. Like, keep your eye out for Rakic because...
Oh, he's only 26.
26. He beat the shit out of that guy. That guy was his ass beat.
Okay, Mauricio needs to retire.
So this fight, Khalid Taha versus Narimani. This fight wasn't that good of a fight. I mean, they threw down, but like...
He looks like he's in a foreign mob.
Narimani just kept taking Taha down and beating him up the whole fight. I mean, it was a decision. I didn't think the fight was all that great. I mean, there are sequences where they're really biting down on their mouthpieces and like throwing leather and stuff, but at those small weight classes, they kind of don't really hurt each other all that much. Now this fight, I think the verdict is out. Emil Meek is such a good guy. Like, he's wicked cool. Like, I follow him on social media, and he's just a fun dude. He's a really good athlete, and he's been knocking dudes out. But I think the jury's out on Emil Meek. This Bartosz Fabinski guy is from Poland. Look how big he is. He hasn't fought in, like, well over a year because of stuff going on at home, visa stuff, and, like, his business or some shit like that. He came out and put the smush on Emil Meek. Took him down the whole entire fight and just beat him up. And it was boring. He didn't do a lot of work, like beating him up, but he took him down and just put the smush on him. Clamped him down, controlled him, landed some good ground and pound and stuff like that. And like I said, the jury's out on Emil Meek. I know you probably haven't seen him fight much, but you got to take him down. That's all. If you got takedowns, you're going to beat Emil Meek. Emil Meek's awareness to how close guys are to him and stuff. He's not good at defending takedowns. He doesn't even look to defend him. He just stands right in the pocket. The dude throws punches. He doesn't move. He has no footwork. He doesn't pivot out of the way when he lands shots on guys. He's always leaving himself in position to be taken down. And this Bartos dude just kept fucking steamrolling his ass. It was pretty bad. So, yeah, Emil Meek lost the decision, but, like, I don't know where Emil Meek goes from this. Like, he's a crowd favorite, and, like, he's from Norway, and he got on this bill because it was in Germany, and he has a lot of fans out that way, but people thought Emil Meek had a lot of promise and stuff, but in that division, dude, 170, he's just going to get taken down, beat up, subbed. I just don't see him being a contender. We could skip this fight because that was one of the worst fights I've ever seen. Because Nick Hine, every time I watch him fight, he just fucking sucks. Nick Hine versus
Control 2 seconds to 4 seconds.
Yeah, they didn't do shit. They just stood around and looked at each other, and I could talk about that. So this is one of the fights I really want to talk about. Do you remember when Mark Jacasey debuted? Did you watch that with me? The kid in the red mohawk?
I don't remember him, but maybe.
So this kid, Mark Jacasey, he's only 25. Freak fucking athlete. And a lethal striker. He has like really good striking technique. He's explosive. He debuted like last year sometime, right? Let's click on him here. He debuted and he fought. Who the fuck did he fight? What's this dude's name? We'll find it down here.
He's lost 3 times in a row.
Yeah, so he fought this dude. Okay, so it was his debut. He won this fight, unanimous decision, but then he fought this dude right here, Teemu Packalén, right? So he fights this dude, Teemu Packalén, and he was so impressive in that fight that I was like, we got a potential prospect here at 155. He fought Teemu Packalén, right? And he looked like a totally different fighter when he fought that guy. He came out, and he was throwing like all kinds of crazy fucking kicks that were just echoing and snapping, and he just looked so confident. And then he blasted Teemu Packalén with a crazy overhand right and just like killed him. He hit him and his eyes rolled back. He hit the floor.
He just started training in MMA back in 2010.
Right, but he looked so good. Like, you know who he reminded? You didn't watch it, but you know who he reminded me of? His striking ability. He reminds you a little bit. I don't like making comparisons because people take him too literal. When he fought Teemu Packalén, he reminded me of Aldo. That's what he reminded me of. Like, tight, crisp technique, but explosive. It's just like whap, whap. Everything goes whap, whap. Doesn't throw a lot of combinations, but when he does throw the 2 and 3 punch combinations mixed with like leg kicks and stuff, it's just like bap, 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 and it comes hard and comes heavy. That's who he reminded me of when I first watched him fight against Packlin. I was like, yo, but then he goes on to lose a close decision to Jakar Close, who's underrated. He fought Dan Hooker and got subbed, and then he fought this kid, Nasrad. Dude, that kid looked good. That kid was only 22. He came out, he's throwing everything but the kitchen sink, landing all kinds of shots. And the Dan Hooker loss was a submission, but against Jakar Close and Nazar, I don't know how to say that, Haksparist, he fought primarily a stand-up fight with those two guys, and I do not think that they're better strikers than him. He got outstruck by 2 dudes I think he could have outstruck. I don't know if it's a mental thing. He's got kind of a Uriah Hall thing going on, I think, where he's not all there. Mentally, I think he's underperforming. Luckily, he's 25. How old is he? 25 or 26? He's 25. He's from England, originally from Congo. But I do think he has upside. He's 12-2. Well, he's 12-3 now. But I do think there's still potential there. He's hard to take down. I don't know what it is. I think he's got some Uriah Hall shit going on. He gets in there and like when he burst into the UFC scene, he looked like a fucking nightmare. And now I don't know what to make of him. He looked like he had potential, like serious prospect level, and he dropped another one. I didn't see that coming. That kid fought his ass off. That kid could fight. Wherever this other kid is here. This kid. Nasrat Hakparist. He's young, too. 22. He's from Germany, but you know how it is.
Wow, he's wicked young.
Yeah, he's 22.
I'm older than
So
the
he
fucker.
fought in the UFC before, but he lost to Marcin Held, who was one of those guys where like he has a weird style. He could beat a lot of dudes. But he's only 22. He looked great in that fight, man. And like was just game. He was just so game. Like he never and you know what sucked? Mark Casey had his moments. That was what was impressive. Casey was landing some crazy fucking shots. He was throwing this wicked nice punch combination that like I never have ever thought of throwing. He was snapping the jab, then throwing the lead hook to the body. And he was throwing so much torque on the lead hook to the body. It was almost like a shovel hook to the body. And then he was immediately rolling over with a nasty leg kick. And he landed a bunch of good shots to his body shots that would put dudes down. And that kid walked forward through everything. Jacasey, he chased him down the whole fight. And what I was annoyed with was, I'm not a professional fighter, but I mean, I've trained a long time. I like to think I know something about basics when it comes to striking. I was getting so irked watching Mark Jacasey. And you know this, you've done Taekwondo. They teach you a lot how to pivot and move on your feet in Taekwondo, to move out away from getting hit. Instead of throwing his strikes and pivoting to the center of the cage to create space for him to actually back up and throw more combinations, Casey was running at an angle along the edge of the fence and just running away from him. And it was allowing Nasrat to just skillfully cut his ass right back off and keep hitting him. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? You're not creating space by staying along the cage and running at an angle. Like, I was fucking frustrated. I'm like, all you need to do is pivot on your outside foot once. Boom, your ass is in the middle of the cage. And you can back straight up and fire counter shots. Not running at an angle, letting them cutting you off. Now your ass is up against the fence.
Right.
I was fucking pissed. But yeah, so, you know, it was just something that I seen that was... Again, I'm not a fucking professional fighter. I don't make a living fighting, but it's just, those are little things, man. You'd be surprised how many of these guys have no footwork. That's why I love Gustafsson. Gustafsson got footwork, cuts angles. Gustafsson fucks dudes up. That's why I like watching Gustafsson fight.
He's the best second place guy ever.
Yeah. That sucks because, in my opinion, he beat John Jones the time he fought him.
Thank you.
Okay. And that fight with Daniel,
Fuck's
Daniel
sakes.
clearly won that fight, but that was a great fight.
It was a split decision, wasn't it, though?
Yeah, I thought Daniel clearly won, though.
Without question, I thought he just edged out John Jones in their fight.
Yeah, I thought so too, but it's neither here nor there. Moving on. This was the other fight I want to talk about. This was a fun fight. So, Danny Roberts is a legit prospect. He's an up-and-coming guy. He's been putting dudes to sleep. He, on like a week notice, fought this dude from Germany, David Zawada. And let's take a look at David Zawada. This guy's young, I want to say, too. He's not old. Yeah, he's 27. David Zawada has already fought. He lost a split. Oh, no. Okay, so he hasn't fought in the UFC. It was his debut. Short notice. He fights Danny Roberts, who's been knocking dudes out. So he loses a split decision to Danny Roberts. Dude, this fight was awesome. So Danny Roberts is decently well-rounded, but he's known for his knockout power. He's a former Golden Glove boxer, I think, and he has real steam on his punches. This David Zawada guy was a well-rounded fighter. He hung in the pocket. Dude, they were trading shots. Dude, they were fighting all the place on the fence. And you know what I was been thinking about lately? I'm bummed out at how little dudes get submission victories in MMA.
Yeah.
Do you agree with me on that?
Yeah, it's
submission victories have started to go down. And I think it's just because everyone's getting better at actual MMA. You know, and the wrestlers are so good in MMA, it's hard to keep dudes on the floor. But this Zavada dude almost submitted David Roberts like 3 times in the fight. Dude, he's doing all kinds of dope switches, flipping the script on him. Like, dude, he's like rolling for fucking knee bars and shit, and reversing, sweeping them, and getting on top position, landing ground and pound, going for submissions. He almost triangled him. Like, this was a wicked fun fight. That fight was awesome. I wish you could have seen that fight. It was the personification of MMA. They fought everywhere. They took it to the fence, the middle. They fucking struck. They wrestled. They fucking brought it to the floor. Both were threatening each other with good shots and submissions. That was a good fight, and I thought the fight was super close. That fight could have been a draw, but they gave Danny Roberts a nod. Great debut by this David Zawada guy. He's gonna be back. Only 27 years old. He's gonna be back in this division. Did you have something to say about the submissions?
Yeah, well, I was gonna say is I think people are going for more of the flash now to try and go up in the rankings and try and get that big payday. Dude, this guy looks like he's from Germany. He looks pissed. That's what I'm saying. He looks like he's from Germany. He looks fucking miserable. It makes complete sense. But yeah, submissions aren't as more frequent as they used to be because people just. They want the flash of the knockout.
I 100% agree with you on that. And it's because fight fans are still stuck in the boxing mold. Everyone's watched boxing for so long. Hey, I fucking love grappling. I love that shit, dude. I love watching dudes get submissions.
I don't love the stalemates.
Yeah, but I love submissions, dude. When you see guys get on the floor, you could tell they got some real good, like legitimate MMA jiu-jitsu. I love that shit. That Zavada dude, he's only 27.
Give me Nate Diaz back.
Yeah, dude, I thought that kid looked good. Big ups for him. I thought he looked great on short notice. Good for him. Now, I didn't watch this because I was on the phone with my lovely girlfriend because she called me when I was watching the fights.
Stefan Struve.
Marcin Tybura versus Stefan Struve. I mean, it's the heavyweights. If I do recall, I seen bits and pieces of it, though, in the highlights. I think Marcin Tybura, control. He took him down and beat him up a lot.
I'm surprised Tybura didn't knock him out because a strong gust of wind hits Struve and he does a chicken dance.
Tybura got 5 takedowns. Marcin Tybura is underrated, man. I don't think he'll ever win the title, but he's a good fighter. Marcin Tybura has won a bunch of fights, man.
I did see a couple of the highlights on the post-fight on Fox. He hit Struve with some serious shots, and I'm surprised he stayed conscious.
Yeah, Tybura's
on the ground and pound.
I mean, he lost a decision to Verdum on short notice, then he got TKO'd by Derek Lewis.
Oh, everybody really does, apparently.
Yeah, apparently.
Except for Nagano now.
So, I mean, there's nothing really much to say about Struve and Tybura. I mean, Stefan Struve is, in my opinion, garbage.
Like I said, a strong gust of wind, he does a chicken dance.
Like, when you have those physical tools, they call him the skyscraper because he's 6'11", with what, 80-something inches of reach.
I think he's 7 foot even.
It's kind of a disgrace. Look,
7 foot.
He's 7 foot tall.
He's only 30.
Inches.
Wow,
well,
I thought he was older.
He fought in Pride when he was
like
18.
He was older.
Yeah,
Holy
he fought
shit.
on one of the last Pride cards. I'm pretty sure he's been fighting since he's been a pro since he was young. So Struve is 32-10. I mean, he's got a great resume. He's beat a lot of good dudes, but
that's because he has that reach.
Struve is one. How are you not beating dudes? He has legitimate jiu-jitsu skills. right? He's got punching power. Have you ever seen a dude? It just so happens one of the worst dudes at exhibiting and using his reach to an advantage. He's one of the worst. And he's 7 foot fucking tall.
He lets people get way too close. He's not good at keeping his distance.
Mark Hunt just ran up on him and fucking beat his ass like he was mugging him for his purse, dude.
He blasted him.
I don't know how the fuck you let that happen. Mark Hunt has like 4 inches of reach, and you let him run up on you.
He's terrible at keeping the distance.
It was so bad.
Terrible. If you let
his
Mark
striking
Hunt,
defense is so bad.
I gotta tell you though, I love Mark Hunt.
Oh,
because
dude, Mark Hunt's is fucking savage. He'll hit anybody.
Dude, he does not look like a guy that'd be a successful MMA fighter. That guy just has the power that comes out of nowhere.
Mark Hunt don't give a fuck, dude. Mark Hunt will hit you. The only dude Mark Hunt didn't land punches on was fucking Brock, because Brock just straight up took him down from the get-go and he was on steroids. But I mean, they're all on steroids.
I don't want to hear nothing from steroids.
Yeah, I mean, they're all on steroids, so it's whatever. So I didn't watch this one. Vitor Miranda versus Abu Aziatar. Both of these guys are probably journeyman fighters. I mean, I thought someone was going to get knocked down in this fight, but again, this card wasn't that good. It wasn't really overwhelming with talent. Neither of these guys are any good. Glover Teixeira loses to Corey Anderson via decision. That
surprised the fuck out of me.
I don't know. It didn't surprise me.
I thought Teixeira would knock him out.
You want to hear something crazy? Speaking of Glover Teixeira, you want to know why it didn't surprise me? I really think Corey Anderson at this point is the better athlete and probably the more well-rounded fighter.
How much control? What?
Fucking. It was the co-main event.
Holy shit.
So he must have taken him down the whole time?
Apparently. Dude, I remember when Glover Teixeira first came up.
Yeah, but that's got to be a typo because that's almost an hour. A fight's not that long.
Like, there's
that's
no
a
way.
typo. It was probably 8 minutes. It might be 8 minutes of control time. Anyways, Corey Anderson landed fucking 7 of 19 takedowns on his ass. Just took him down. Glover had a submission attempt, but what I was going to say about Glover Teixeira, so I went out to the Mohegan Sun for my buddy's fight, right? My buddy Kevin, shout out to Kevin again, fights Bellator. We were out there, me and the guys, and I met a bunch of fighters. Like Hoist Gracie was there. I met Ron Perlman. There was tons of people there, right? You know who I met? And, like, I'm almost 6'1". I'm like 245, 250 pounds right now. I met Glover Teixeira at the fights, and, dude, he's not that big. Like, he would be, obviously, he'd fucking shred me apart with his bare hands, but this is how much of a scumbag I am because I don't give a shit if I die or not. I met him, and I'm standing there, and I'm like, oh, fuck I was like, looking at him, like, sizing him up. I'm like, yo, this dude ain't that big. What's good here? Like, he wasn't that big.
He would knock you into the next life.
Oh, he fucking killed me. But, like, I'm standing next to him, and I expected, like, Glover Teixeira to be like this fucking, he looks huge when he fights.
Well, if you remember when he was first coming up.
He's not that big in person.
Remember when he was first coming up, dudes were threatening to retire other than fight him. Shogun said he would rather Shogun would rather retire than fight him.
Yo, Glover's super skilled.
Everybody was shitting their pants. They did not want nothing to do.
Way too late.
They don't want nothing to do with him.
He had too many fights.
I told John Jones knocked him back down.
Yeah, he had too many fights. He had so many miles on the tank, and by the time he got to UFC, it is what it is. I loved watching Glover fight. You be honest. There was stretches there where Glover was fucking dudes up.
Nobody wanted to fight him.
Knocking dudes out. He was taking dudes. Yo, remember what Anthony Rebel Johnson did to him though?
Yeah. That's what he does the most.
Everybody but Johnson goes, yo, dog, I ain't fighting anymore. I ain't about rolling this gay shit with dudes. Just put him to sleep. Yeah. That's what he said.
That's what he does to everybody besides Daniel Cormier or Josh Koscheck.
Anthony
apparently,
Johnson.
Josh Koscheck choked out.
We need to call Rumble up and be like, yo, you need to come back.
You see how big that fucker looks now?
He's a monster.
Dude, he looks fucking huge now.
So, yeah, Corey Anderson took...
Royce for sure.
Yeah, so, like, obviously, I'm being sarcastic a little bit, but I stood next to him, and I'm like, this motherfucker ain't that big. Like, he's not big. He's not.
He looks a lot... He actually looks smaller than he did when he first started fighting.
He looks big in the cage, but he wasn't that big when I was standing next to him.
He looks like he's aging.
But, yeah, it was crazy. He wasn't that big. I was so surprised. But Corey Anderson... just put the smush on him and just beat his ass. God, Corey Anderson has one of the worst nicknames. Overtime. Corey Overtime Anderson, because I work harder than everyone else. I put in that overtime.
Just like Daniel Cormier said, you beat Corey Anderson, bro. Corey Anderson.
Corey Anderson's a journeyman. He ain't anything special, but He put the smush down on Glover. Is what it is. Glover needs to probably retire too. Now we'll go to the main event of this card, which I knew it was coming, but it just hurt. It broke my heart to see because he needed to retire a while ago. One of my favorite fighters of all time. The reason why I started getting into MMA. Shogun Rua, who's a fucking living legend, like AndyJ. He fought Anthony Lionheart Smith, who's eventually going to fight for the title at 205.
Anthony Smith looks like a big-ass Ross Pearson.
Yo. That's funny. He
looks like a big-ass Ross Pearson.
Anthony Smith is going to fight for the title at 205.
He just got out of a clan meeting. Like, that just happened.
It just got out of a clan meeting. That's fucking hilarious. Yeah, you're right. Well, it looks like he stole Silvani's tattoo. Shout out to Silvani. Anyway,
yo, it looks like he heard me. He looks fucking mad.
Word, yo. So Anthony Smith is mean and skilled. He beat the fucking shit out of dude. He hurt Shogun, put him against the fence, and hit him with an elbow, and he hit Shogun with that elbow so hard that Shogun was knocked out standing up, and he looked like. You ever seen Star Wars where a droid gets fried or gets water on it, goes all like this? Like that's what Shogun did. He's like dee doo be doo be dee dee and all this stuff, and then he hit him with like 4 more shots.
He didn't have time to react.
Oh,
he just went to bed.
Dude, I felt so fucking bad. And Shogun's like, for my country, he got fucking smoked. That fucking sucked. It always hurts a little, man. He needs to retire. He went on a good little run there where
he lost. He lost after a 3-fight win streak. 4-fight win streak?
4-fight win streak, but it was against cans.
But still.
I mean, it was cool to see him going on win streak.
Fight one more can, beat him,
If
retire.
I was him, I would have I would have fought some. I would have just been like, call out another can and been like, right off the sunset, bro. I'm gone. Peace.
Fight a shitty newbie. Like, have him bring somebody from some schlack
You take on a kid who's going to fight for the title probably next year. He had no choice. This is just a testament to how shallow the 205-pound division is. It's bad. There's not a lot of talent in the 205-pound division. And when you got fucking 40-year-old Shogun up there still knocking out all your young guys.
4 years ago, that division was 10 deep.
Oh,
10,
dude, yeah,
deep.
10 to 15 deep it was. And John Jones just ran through all of them. John Jones was
and John Jones is gone.
Give me the cocaine, baby.
Daniel Cormier is fat now. And
yo,
again.
DC, don't even start it, dude. DC
Yo,
is I love
DC.
I fucking love DC. So, let's see what's...
He's representing all the fat dudes out there.
Let's see what's cracking with these other fights. So we got, here we go. So we're going to break down our thoughts on this fight card this weekend. It's UFC Fight Night on Fox, Alvarez versus Poirier 2. It's going to take place in Alberta, Calgary, Canada. Calgary, Alberta. Was it 2 different cities up there? Have you been to Canada?
When I was like 3.
Oh, okay. Don't count. I've traveled to places outside the country and shit. And I still haven't gone to Canada.
America.
I've never gone to Canada. I'd like to go someday. I heard Toronto's dope.
I think I'm going either next year.
Oh, Canada.
Stop it. I'll leave.
Okay. Easy, man. We all know you're dirty live out here, all right?
Yeah.
Dirty lives coming to get you. Anyways, we're going to start with me and AndyJ are going to run through this card to break this card down from top to bottom, and we'll give our predictions and stuff. So, starting off is Devin Powell versus Alvaro Herrera. Shango. That means lightning. Anyways, I've never seen either of these guys fight.
Me either. Give me Powell because he looks like he's going to lose, so I'm just rooting for him.
Wait, how does Powell look like he's going to lose? Enlighten me.
Because this guy looks like he just got done being an assassin.
Is it because he's Mexican?
Look at him. He looks pissed. Look.
Oh, you don't think he looks pissed?
No, he looks like he just got done killing somebody. He looks like somebody that would lose.
AndyJ just got back from friggin' Mexico, and he's probably hanging out with the cartel, so AndyJ's probably fucking scared of every Mexican he comes across now.
Only the cartels.
Jesus Christ. AndyJ thinks this shit's the call to Juarez now. So okay, so we know these girls. Randa Marcos, who's ranked number 12, one of the worst nicknames of all time, by the way. Quiet Storm.
And she's a horrible fighter, nonetheless.
Randa Marcos isn't horrible, but she's definitely not a world beater. She's fighting Amanda Nunes' wife, Nina Ansaroff.
That's Amanda Nunes' wife?
Yeah, hold on one second. Keep talking. What do you think about this fight?
I don't know anything about the other one. So, yeah. But I've seen Randa Marcos fight, and I'm not impressed, so I'll take Nina. I just don't think Marcos is any good. I don't know how. Isn't she lost like 3 in a row?
Okay, so I'm not sure. We could take a look.
On her. Yeah, click on
So
her.
one thing that bodes well for Nina and Zaroff is she trains every day with Amanda Nunes. Like if you watch the Embeddeds, they're in there beating the shit out of each other. She's actually a decent striker. This is the classic striker versus grappler matchup. So if you look around at Marcos, let's see what she's done. She is 8-6. She was one of the better girls on some years of The Ultimate Fighter. So she lost to Courtney Casey by submission. She won. She beat Carlos Esparza. That was a close fight. She lost to Alexa Grasso.
She
who's
won
okay.
She won her last fight.
She took down Juliana Lima the whole time in that fight, and then she's going to be fighting Anzaroff. So she's more grappler-based. She takes chicks down, and she controls them and beats them up. Whereas Anzaroff is primarily a striker. She doesn't really mix it up. She's 8-5 herself. So Anzaroff is coming off a 2-fight win streak. She beat 2 strikers.
I can't stand Angela.
She fought
annoying.
Lieberger, and she beat Angela Hill.
She's annoying. I don't like
Yeah,
her.
Angela Hill. She's annoying, but she could strike Angela Hill. They had a good little striking battle, and she beat her by decision.
I think
she won that one fight
Wasn't
by
Hill
submission.
the 16th seed in the Ultimate Fighter?
Yeah, she won a couple fights, though.
Yeah.
So
Keep her ass in Invicta.
Okay, so keep her ass in Invicta. Listen, I don't trust any bitches with colored hair. Okay? And because of that, and because these girls are decently evenly matched, I'm taking Nina Anzaroff.
I'm taking Nina as well because I think Nunes just beats her up when they're home. So
I think she's going to be able to keep it on her feet and win the decision. I don't trust bitches with colored hair. Red flag. Ronda Marcos, quiet storm. You can quiet storm your ass on home because we don't trust bitches with colored hair around here.
send her to Bellator.
Set her belt. Let's see what else we got. This is going to be a good fight. Dustin Ortiz.
Give me Dustin Ortiz.
Dustin Ortiz ranked number 9 versus Matthias
His
Nicolau.
hair looks way lighter when he's fighting.
Dude, he looks like a kid that works at FedEx, one of the package handlers, dude. Do you know who I'm talking about? What, Michael Evans? Yo! Yeah, we got Michael Evans fighting the UFC, dude. That is fun. He looks exactly like him. Holy fucking shit. You wouldn't even know if we said something to him. So, Dustin Ortiz is one of those guys where I feel like Dustin Ortiz is he's encroaching on journeyman status. He's a well-rounded fighter. He floats between top 12 to 8, and he's got some good.
I've never seen this other guy fight. Honestly.
I've seen this
I've seen Dustin Ortiz fight a lot. But
yeah,
not the
we've
other
seen
kid.
Dustin Ortiz fight a lot. He's a well-rounded fighter, but he primarily relies on his grappling. He's beaten Zach Makovsky, who's a really good fighter. He lost to Brandon Moreno, who's all right. He beat Hector Sandoval and Alexander Pantoja. And now he's fighting Matthias Nicolau. Ortiz is a good fighter, man. I mean, Michael Evans is a good fighter. He's a really good fighter.
Yo, dude, I almost pissed
Yo,
my
that's
pants.
fucking
I almost
hilarious.
fucking pissed myself.
That is fucking funny. He's fighting Matthias Nicolau. He's only 25, Belo Horizonte. Nicolau on a 3-fight win streak. He's beat he's beat some good guys. He's beat my boy John Moraga by split decision and Luis Smolka by unanimous decision.
Still taking Ortiz.
Yeah, this is a hard fight
I
to
don't
pick.
know this guy, so I'm taking Ortiz.
I'm going to take Nicolau by decision.
I'm taking Ortiz. I don't know this other guy.
I like Nicolau by decision. Here we go. Speaking of Ross Pearson. Well,
The
no.
real deal.
Davis versus Cook again. What's with these chicks and terrible nicknames? Her nickname, Blonde Fighter. Yeah, no
Are you
fucking shit.
Kidding me? I'm picking the other chick. She's Canadian. I'm still gonna pick her.
He goes, she's Canadian. I'm still gonna pick her. Alexis Davis can fight, man. She's a well-rounded fighter. Cook again.
Number three.
I mean, in that division,
I hate that nickname.
A blonde fighter.
Click on her.
Let's see what Caitlin Cook again's working with here. She looks like she's stoned.
She probably fucking is.
2-fight win streak. She
only
beat
lost to Liz
Irene
Carmouche. It
Aldana,
was
who
only
is
by
good,
split.
and
It's only
she
by split.
beat Romero Borella. That was that Italian chick that fought really well. She lost to Liz Carmouche, the gorilla. Yeah, I mean, Cookigan's pretty good. I mean, I feel like this fight's a toss-up.
I can't stand that fucking
You know what? I'm going to take Cookigan.
I'm not. I hate that
Take
fucking
Cookigan
nickname.
by decision.
I don't know anything about it. but
So
I'm
those are the
taking it
early
on.
fight prelims. We have, ooh. So this is hilarious. I've never seen this. Gadzhir Murad Atigulov from Mother Russia is fighting Ion Kuntelaba, a.k.a. the Hulk from the Republic of Moldova. So
He doesn't seem to be much of a striker.
Well, I've never seen Antigulov fight, but he's one of these Russian cats. He's 20-4. So he's probably a well-rounded fighter. He probably can grab his ass off.
He only lands .58 significant strikes a minute.
He probably takes everyone down. What do the stats say? Look at takedown actually, 100%.
Well, how many takedowns do you have? 2?
I don't know. Ion Kutilaba is one of those dudes where like he's
Takedowns defended 80%.
yeah.
Eon.
I don't know who to take in this fight. I mean, I've seen Kutilaba fight a couple times. I wasn't really impressed. He kind of just brawls.
Oh, he's a submission guy.
Yeah, Kutilaba kind of brawls. Let's see if Agazov's
He's a
fault.
submission guy. 8.5 submission attempts averaged. That's what it said.
Okay, wow. He's on a 2-fight win streak. Both he won by submission. One was submission of the night. Ooh, should we go with this dude? Gadzhi Murad Antigulov. Yeah.
Summary wrestling.
Yeah. I'm going to take Antigulov in this fight because Kuntelaba's not that good.
I would agree.
Kutelaba's one of those guys where like he's fighting just because. This is going to be a really good fight. But I'm taking. Have you watched Islam Makhachev
Is that
fight?
mini Nurmagomedov right there?
Yeah, he like fights out of that camp. And this kid's a
looks
beast.
like the dude.
This kid's a beast. He's a serious takedown artist. He beats dudes down too. Kajon
100%
Johnson.
takedowns defended.
His name's Raging Kajon Johnson. I mean, from Canada, 22-12. Kajon Johnson's not that good. So I think Makhlashev's going to put the smush on him, beat his ass down by decision, most likely.
Taking a Russian.
That'll probably.
Well,
That's probably
who's he
what'll
beating? Has he
happen.
beaten
Let's see who
anybody?
he's beating. Yo, Makhlashev's only
26.
26. Let's see who's beat. 3-fight win streak. Yo,
His
he's
first-
beat. Yo, yeah.
His first loss was a
I've seen
knockout.
this dude fight. He's beaten Chris Wade, Nick Lentz, and Gleason Tebow. He KO'd Tebow.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm taking Makhlashov.
Yep.
Kajon Johnson's not that good. He's one of those dudes that's kind of athletic, and that's what's carried him a lot. He's not that skilled of a fighter. This next fight, I've not seen either
That
of these
guy's
guys
picture
fight.
doesn't even look real.
Yo, this dude looks like a fucking battle tank.
He doesn't even
Hakeem
look real.
Dawodu, a.k.a. Mean, versus Austin Arnett Golden Boy. Golden Boy's a terrible nickname, so you automatically lose.
Oh, he lost his debut.
He lost the submission by someone, and then he won against... Or no, okay, so he's lost his debut against Danny Henry. I don't even know who the fuck that is.
Why is it 7-0-1? Is that another type?
A no contest. That must have got that must have been overturned.
But it says loss on it.
It says loss.
It might have been like a typo they had on the website.
Maybe. What's all the typos, bro?
No idea.
UFC, get your fucking shit together, bro.
At least your website, fuck's sakes.
Okay, so this is okay. Now we're getting to the meat of this card. So Jordan Mean, Young Gun versus Alex Moreno, the Great White Alex Moreno. It's a good
Dude,
name, So Alex Moreno's an interesting cat. So Alex Moreno has been winning fights. I want to say he's on a win streak. And Alex Moreno's one of those dudes.
This guy's got to get a lot of shit for his nickname.
Dude.
He's got to get a lot of shit for his
He's
nickname.
tough as nails.
The
He's
Great
well-rounded.
White. That's hilarious.
And he just comes after
More power
dudes.
to him.
He just beat Josh Berkman, but all of his fights were close fights. He lost a split decision.
What was that Nico Price fight?
The Nico Price was overturned. It was a no contest. I don't remember what happened to that fight. He beat James Moonsari, who everyone thought was going to be a good player. But, like, I like Alex Moreno. He's well-rounded. He's more of a submission guy than a striker, but he's competent on his feet. But Jordan Mean is still young. And I think Jordan Mean's going to knock out Moreno. Jordan Mean's only 28. People sleep on Jordan Mean, man. Look at 30 and 12.
Go down to his fight history.
Dude, he's fought a lot of good
Let's check
guys,
his fight
dude.
history.
Okay, so he first fought in Strikeforce and beat Cyborg Santos.
Lost to Tyron Woodley.
He lost a split to Tyron Woodley.
Everybody does, though.
He beat Dan Miller by KO.
Not impressed.
He lost to Matt Brown by TKO. That was the fight where Matt Brown fucking hit him with a body shot and went down on all fours, and Matt Brown just goes, I'm a fucking savage and I don't care about your well-being, and just started elbowing him in the spine. Did you ever see that fight?
I think I remember that now, and that's savage.
Matt Brown
shit.
puts him down with some shots, and he goes on all fours, and Matt Brown just goes, yeah, I'm going to blow your back out, and he just starts downward elbows to his back. Dude,
I couldn't remember.
Herb Dean's like, I got to fucking stop this
I couldn't
shit.
remember what the fight was, but somebody got dropped and curled up into a ball, and this guy was just there kneeing him in the side.
Oh, no. Do you remember? We were talking about this. Do you remember when Zetz and I were talking about it?
And just like
Do
brutal
you remember
knees.
when that Khalil Roundtree dude was on The Ultimate Fighter and he fought Homeboy and put him on the floor and just like street style kicked him like you know the movies
Oh,
where
yeah,
the hooker
yeah.
where
He
the
stood
hooker
up and
owes
just-
where the hooker owes the pimp money and he slaps the shit out of her and he throws her into the hallway. And the camera angle's like down the hall, and you're looking at it from the side, and the dude runs up and just punts her in the stomach, and she goes like that. And he's just like, "Yeah, I'm a pimp named Slipback and all this shit. Where's my money, bitch? A pimp named Slipback. A pimp named Slickback." Fuck it, he goes, "I'm a pimp daddy pimp," just kicks it like. That's what that dude did. And
That
it
would be
so
the
loud.
best pimp name ever.
Dude, yo, I would make that the podcast episode name, but it's from a show. You ever
What
see the
shows?
Boondocks with the cartoon? Dude, there's a what's his name? Who's the dude that's not that funny that everyone loves? Cat Williams does the pimp's voice in that
What do you
show.
mean he's not that
He's
funny?
not that funny.
He
Anyways,
is funny. Stop.
he
He just needs to stay away from 16-year-olds.
he was doing the pimp's voice in that show, and he's like, "Motherfucker, I'm a pimp named Slimback." No, this stuff, dude, is so funny.
That's so good.
But yeah, dude, that knockout was vicious. But
And how dare you, Cat Williams? is
Jordan
hilarious.
Mean is one of those dudes who's really skilled, and I don't know what it is. I feel like
I think Moreno's going to win. I'm taking Moreno.
I don't. I believe in Jordan Mean. I think Jordan Mean's gonna knock him out.
I think
First or
Moreno's
second
gonna win.
round KO. He's too big and too skilled. Like I know people like size doesn't really matter as much as people thinks it does, but he's definitely the better athlete and he's more skilled. I really believe he's more skilled. But look, if you look at this
I think
spotty record, he lost to Matt Brown.
And they lost 3 in a row.
Then he goes on a two fight win streak. Then he loses to Thiago Alves. He lost to Emil Mack, who he shouldn't have lost to. He lost to Bilal Muhammad, who could fight, but like. Then, of course, he beat Eric Silva, who after USADA, he's a shell of his former self. Steroids.
Fuck Eric Silva.
Drug school.
Who's that dude he's fighting? He pretending to touch gloves and then he punched him in the face and then ended up getting knocked out.
Oh, I don't know. I remember that. That was pretty shitty.
I think it wasn't Nico Price, was it?
I'm not sure. Jordan, yeah, it was. I think you're right. Jordan Mean is more athletic. He's longer. He knows how to use his reach, and I just think he's a more skilled fighter. I think he knocks Moreno out.
I think Moreno's gonna take it.
So you're taking Moreno?
I'm taking Moreno.
How do you think Moreno's going to win?
I think it's gonna be a decision.
Decision.
I think he's gonna decision.
So
And-
finally, I'm happy because I don't like this kid. So have you have you seen this kid? So Alec, listen to this.
He looks like he just graduated high school. Like his face.
So Alexander Hernandez, right, made his debut, and he fought. Benil Dariush fights up a TriStar. He's like Iranian, but he speaks fluent English.
If I saw him.
I'll show you. So this kid Alex Moreno, a handful of months back, he made his debut unranked against Benil Dariush. That's Benil Dariush, who is beating a lot of guys.
Okay, yeah.
So look at Benil Dariush's. He's beat some good dudes, right? James Vick, Rashid Magomedov.
James Vick, I think he took his undefeated record.
Right. So Benil Dariush, well-rounded fighter. He could strike. He's a really good submission artist. That night, I remember in particular, there was a bunch of fights where I'm like, why are these unranked new guys getting ranked fighters? this kid, Alex Hernandez, I go, who the fuck is this kid, right? He looks like
number 13 already.
Dude, he looks like a fucking juggernaut.
And lightweight, that's a tough division.
No, dude, he looks like he's 200 pounds. He looks like, you know how like
he looks like
an action figure you played with when you were younger, right?
Yeah, he looks pretty cut.
I go, who the fuck is this dude? He's getting his debut, fights Beneil Darius, who at the time, I want to say was ranked like 10 or 12, something like that. Dude, he put Beneil Darius' fucking lights out. Beneil Darius didn't know if he was in Canada or Iran or fucking America. Fuck, he didn't know where the fuck he was. Dude, that kid came out, he stormed across the cage and just put him to fucking sleep. And I was like, these matchmakers know some shit I don't know because he debuted unranked. Chance of a lifetime goes out there and performs and just puts Beneil Darius out. It was a savage knockout.
Go to the other guy's fight history. Because
so
apparently I haven't been keeping up as much as I should because I don't know a lot of these guys.
Aubin Mercier, who is not a good fighter. He's one of those dudes that, you know, we talk about where, like, he's a really good grappler, but he doesn't do anything with it. He just lays dudes down. He has, like, some of the most control time. Look at this.
Won 4 in a row.
He's beaten T-Ball Guti, Drew Dober, Tony Martin, and Evan Dunham.
Evan Dunham used to be good.
Yeah, he used to be good. But he just lays on dudes. He doesn't have any skills outside of grappling. So that's
a summary.
Yeah.
Grappling.
So this fight, I think this is going to be one of those matchups where Alexander Hernandez is clearly okay. Even though there's dudes that are good grapplers, there comes a guy that has good grappling, but he's so athletic that it's hard for dudes to take him down. And I think that's what this fight's going to be. I think Alexander Hernandez stuffs Aubin Mercier's takedowns, and I think he knocks him out.
Well,
I don't think Aubin Mercier is gonna be able to push him around and smush him like he does everyone else.
From what I'm seeing on here, that how do you say the kid's name? Olivier
Aubin Mercier.
That kid, his takedown accuracy is not good.
Yeah, because he's one of those dudes, though, where he gets takedown and control time, but he just keeps shooting for takedowns. You know how Damian Maia will just chain takedowns until he has you against the cage, and then you're on your ass? He does the same thing.
He's good takedown defense, but the other guy, doesn't try to take anybody down. Nobody tries to take him down. He has 11.5 significant strikes per minute landed. That's crazy.
I wish you could have seen Alexander Hernandez knock out Benito. It was scary. I go, holy fuck.
I don't know enough about some of these guys. I haven't been keeping up, and I don't.
It was crazy.
I don't study.
I go, who's this fucking toy soldier looking motherfucker out here fighting Beneil Darius? Should he just fucking
toy soldier
punched a fucking hole in his face? I was like, what?
That's great.
So I'm gonna take Alex Hernandez by knockout.
I'm gonna take your word for it.
Now this is interesting.
Okay, this is gonna be an easy fight. Joanna is gonna pick Tisha Torres apart.
Former champion.
Yeah,
who I fucking love.
Former.
Versus another girl that I really like, Tisha Torres, the Tiny Tornado. Now, my buddy Mike and I have watched Tisha Torres since she fought in Invicta, and she was on a huge win streak. I like Tisha Torres. She looked really good in her last fight.
I think Joanna's gonna pick her apart.
This fight is harder than you think to call.
I'm not saying it's
a 3-round fight.
I know. I'm not saying Tisha Torres isn't good. She is, but not on Joanna's level.
Could you not see Tisha Torres just point fighting the way you know she can with that taekwondo?
No,
shit?
Because I think Joanna is also good at takedown defense. I mean,
no, she's not gonna try to take her down. It's gonna be a striking battle.
Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see her outstriking Joanna. I really, really don't.
Yeah. I think this is a fight where Joanna shows everyone yet again that you got to take her seriously. I think Joanna is going to walk her down and overwhelm her. I think she wins a decision. I don't think she takes her out.
Oh, yeah.
I think Tisha Torres is really good, but I don't think she's going to she's not going to be able to stay on her horsey and just move around. I think Joanna's going to chase her down and beat the shit out of her.
I think Joanna 30-27 decision.
I think it'll be closer than people think, though. Tisha Torres scores a lot. She does a lot of those, like, turning side kicks and oblique kicks, and she gets in and out. She's really fast, really athletic, plus,
I think the first round's gonna be close. So Joanna can get her reach in.
She's out there getting that box in too.
Yeah, there you go.
She's out there eating that box. That gives you some extra. That gives you wings. The box gives you wings.
The box.
Yo, bro. The box is real. It'll get you.
The box
will get you.
Who is
She's
she dating?
dating Raquel Pennington.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I mean, that's a manly box, but...
It's a box nonetheless.
It's a box nonetheless.
Nonetheless.
She's definitely the submissive in that relationship. Raquel Pennington just spits out her pussy before she fucking... She gives a good smack.
I didn't realize how this kind of podcast...
So, dude, the box will get you, dude. I'm telling you.
She makes her put on a snorkel. She doesn't have to come up for air. She keeps her down there.
Just get a spit shine that box. But yeah, much love out to those two. I think it's cool that especially with the fighters. Now we've yet to have a male fighter. I'm sure there's probably male fighters out there that are gay, but I'm just saying. I feel like. Do you ever think a male fighter is going to come out gay in the UFC or any big promotion? Like,
not anytime soon. I can think of.
I feel bad because it's like for some reason there's mystique where it's easier with girls. I feel like a male fighter would probably get some hate in the locker room if he was gay.
Well, the viewership is also male dominated,
right? And you know how it is. I ain't trying to fuck bad enough that you was rolling around with fucking no clothes on, bro. Now there's fucking fags out here, bro. I can't watch this shit, bro. This is infringing on my manhood, bro.
Exactly how it would be with a lot of people.
Infringing on my fucking manhood, bro. I don't want my son to fucking see that shit, bro. And grow the fuck up.
And the jokes would be real. Like, the jokes would be just getting cracked left and
obviously
right.
I was joking about, them eating each other's boxes and stuff, but by no means was I saying
serious.
Yeah. I know by no means was I saying it was a bad thing. I mean, sometimes you just gotta spit out the pussy, bro. Ding. That's fucking hilarious. Yeah, so I think Joanna and Jacek, I think she's going to land enough significant strikes to win, to tip the nod, to do her favor. Like, yeah, Tisha Torres is going to be on her horsey and move and do all the cute stuff in and out. But I think Joanna's going to do the bulk of the damage. And I think she's going to overwhelm her with heavy shots. I think Joanna's going to take this.
It's going to be a 30-27.
You think 30-27?
30-27. The first round's going to be a little closer, but the last two rounds, I think Joanna's just going to pick her apart and just beat her ass. Just like she did, what's-her-face there for the title.
But that's the thing, though. This stylistic matchup.
For the inaugural title.
This stylistic matchup for me, though, is a tough one. Two totally different striking styles. Joanna comes forward and tries to cut people off. And she goes for the power Muay Thai. She likes to get the clinch. So she gets you against the fence and work her game. It's going to be harder than people think. Tisha Torres is the exact opposite. Tisha Torres cuts angles. She moves. She's like, bouncing all over the place, moving around.
I watched Tisha Torres in the Ultimate Fighter because I watched that season. And
she fights her ass off, man.
Well, anytime, though, somebody keeps her at a distance, she gets flustered.
Yeah, she needs to. She gets flustered if she's not first. And if she's not creating the distance on her terms, she gets flustered.
Joanna's going to throw her off.
Against Joanna, she's not going to be able to create the distance on her terms.
Joanna's going to throw her off her game plan very, very early. I think it's the first round. It's going to take the first round. Tisha Torres is not going to know what to do.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like a feeling out for a little bit, and then I think Joanna's going to open up and pull away and win the decision. So we're both taking Joanna on that one. This is going to be a good fight. Aldo versus Jeremy Stephens, and I'm going to say it right out the gate, I'm taking Jose Aldo.
Without question.
And it's because these motherfuckers sleep on Aldo, dude.
I don't know why.
He's one of the greatest fighters. Because
he went undefeated for 10 years.
Because everyone sucks Conor McGregor's dick.
I mean, Conor McGregor and Max Holloway are in a class of their own. They're in a class of their own. You can't touch Max Holloway. You can't touch Conor McGregor. Unless, you're submissions.
Yeah, I mean, so the reason why I'm taking this fight, I'm taking Aldo in this fight, is because it's a 3-round fight, first off. And Aldo's not going to get tired in a 3-round fight.
I think Aldo knocks him out.
Aldo's just the better fighter than Jeremy Stephens. I like Jeremy Stephens. He's beat a lot of good guys. and all this stuff. And I don't think anyone thought Jeremy Stevens' projection is what it is. He's ranked number 4 now. If Jeremy Stevens gets this win,
that's a title shot.
He should get a title shot.
That's a title shot.
But
I think Aldo's too big, too powerful.
I think Aldo's just
too good of a takedown.
He ain't gonna take Aldo down.
No,
no one can take Aldo.
Aldo's gonna take Stevens down.
I
think Aldo's gonna take Stevens down.
I just think Aldo picks him apart on the feet.
I think he takes him down in the first round.
Too explosive.
I think he takes him down in the first round, tires him, and then knocks him out in the second round.
I think Aldo's too explosive, too technical.
Because I think after Holloway and McGregor, he's learned his lesson when it comes to powerful guys or guys that can put him on his ass. So I think he's going to try and tire him out before he stands and bangs with him.
And, you can't take Aldo down. What dudes have?
No.
Frankie Edgar couldn't take his ass down. He's got Frankie Edgar's fucking heart in his back pocket somewhere. The 2 fights they had, dude, Frankie couldn't figure Aldo out. It's just a weird thing. And stylistically, I don't like this fight for Jeremy Stevens. Jeremy Stevens is too slow. He's a plotting striker. He comes straight forward. He doesn't cut angles, and he just brawls. And I think he could go to sleep in this fight. But I'm going to say Aldo wins the series decision.
I think Aldo wins by
30-27.
Second or third round knockout. Because I think
he could knock him out.
I think Aldo might try to stay on him at first, but then he's gonna end up taking him down and tiring him out.
Jeremy Stevens no slouch when it comes to wrestling too. He's a hard guy to take down. He's a hard guy to hold down.
I think he's gonna take him down, ground and pound him in the first round, and then knock him out in the second round, maybe third round. But I think he's gonna put him to sleep, or at least TKO.
All right, so we both got Aldo. Jeremy Stevens is run. I think it ends here. Jeremy Stevens, he needs to win this fight. I think if Jeremy Stevens does shitty in this fight and gets murked, it's going to be a while before he even sniffs the top of the division.
I think he won't ever sniff top division again.
Probably not. And because, to be honest, I don't think Jeremy Stevens is all that marketable either.
No.
Yeah, he talks shit, but he's bad at it.
Well, I will say he's got that underdog quality.
Do people really want to see underdogs?
Because that veteran who's been in the game a while, finally getting a title. It's like Michael Bisping, kind of. Michael Bisping, it took him how long to get a title shot?
Oh, a long-ass time. But you want to know what sucked about Bisping?
Because every time he'd get close,
he'd
get knocked back down.
He would beat everyone, and then he fought Chael. Chael beat him. I thought Michael beat Chael in that fight, which that sucked.
He definitely...
Bisping should have had a title shot earlier. I thought Bisping, and when he fought Chael, I thought Bisping won that fight.
I thought he did, but I thought he lost the Anderson Silva fight myself.
See, yeah, that was a fight where initially I thought Bisping won, even though he got hurt and knocked out pretty much in that opening round or whatever and survived. I'd have to go back and watch it. But you know what that fight reminds me of? That fight reminds me of the GSP Johnny Hendricks fight.
Dude,
where Johnny Hendricks did all of his damage in 30 seconds, and then GSP's won the rest of the fight.
He just got ran over by a truck.
GSP won the rest of the fight.
Everybody, even Dana White. Well,
who gives a fuck with Dana White?
Yeah,
says?
Dana White's not really unbiased, but everybody thought Johnny Hendricks won that fight.
I didn't.
I had
George winning.
I had got to rewatch it. I haven't watched it since it first happened.
There's a couple fights I'd have to go back and rewatch. That's not one of them. I had George winning. I
don't remember what happened. That's I only remember that
Johnny
after
hit
the
him
fight.
with some heavy shots in round 2, I'm pretty sure, and beat the shit out of him, and definitely won that round.
All I remember is GSP's face looking like shit.
But I thought George
that fight.
won all the other rounds. So
I got to rewatch it.
Yeah, you'd have to rewatch it. So the main event,
I don't remember nothing about that fight.
The main event on this card is a rematch from a little while back. One of my favorite fighters of all time, Dustin, the Diamond Poirier. I've loved Poirier since before I could fucking drink.
I saw him when he was on that reality show when I was following up and coming fighter before the UFC. That's the first time I saw him.
They made a documentary on him when he first became a pro. It was on Netflix called Fightville.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I was.
And it showed his rise coming up in the middle of nowhere from the trailer parks, Louisiana. I fucking love Dustin Poirier.
It wasn't on MTV. It was on Netflix. Yeah, that's the first time I saw him, and I remember when I first saw him in UFC, I was like, "Holy shit, that's that guy from that documentary."
So both guys are well-rounded fighters. This is a rematch. I would say overall, and this is not biased, this is honest. Overall, Dustin Poirier is the better fighter than Eddie Alvarez. Overall skill set. Both guys can strike, both guys can wrestle, both guys are
the numbers
tough
are
as nails.
very similar.
The numbers are similar, but there's one thing that Poirier has. Poirier has a legitimate submission game. Like, Poirier has just as many submission finishes as he has knockout finishes. He has a legitimate...
No, he doesn't.
How many knockout finishes?
52% to 26%.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He has a lot of submission finishes, though. What's his finish rate?
78%.
Okay.
To 79% for Alvarez.
Right, so they both have high... I thought he had more submissions than that. But he has some serious submission wins.
Well, who is he submitted in UFC? Click on his thing.
He has multiple submission wins in the UFC. He Darce choked a couple guys. Okay, so if you go back to his WEC days, he had 3 submissions in a row. He submitted Pablo Garza. He submitted Max Holloway.
Holy shit. But that
he
was before
lost
Max
to
Holloway.
submission by Chan Sung. People forget about Sleep on the Korean Zombie. He lost to Korean Zombie.
Didn't he go
He
in
subbed.
the
Look
military
at all
for
these
2
submissions.
years?
He subbed. I think those numbers are wrong. He subbed Jonathan Brookins. But look, no, those numbers are probably right because look at all these TKOs, dude. He's knocked out. He's knocked out fucking Diego Brandao, Kira Corsani. He's knocked out Diego Ferreira. He's knocked out Yancy Medeiros. He's knocked out Bobby Green.
Bobby Green.
He somehow got knocked out by Michael Johnson, who's trash.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
But Michael Johnson just beat him with a punch faster. Just fucking lit him up. He TKO'd Anthony Pettis, TKO'd Justin Gaethje, and that was the fight. A handful of fights back.
Now I gotta ask you: do you think that knee was on purpose?
It was an illegal knee. Do I think he knew it was illegal or not? I'd have to go back and watch it.
Well, because
so if anyone that doesn't know, this is a rematch. Eddie Alvarez and Dustin Poirier had a fucking knockdown, drag-out fight, right? Poirier took a couple shots. He was trying to recover against the fence.
They rocked each other.
He rocked
Alvarez first.
He rocked Alvarez first, and then as Eddie Alvarez, the underground king, he's a fucking savage. Eddie Alvarez is like that dude you don't want to find in a bar fight.
He's so dangerous.
Like, he's a fucking scary motherfucker. Eddie Alvarez, dude, that little fucking roll.
His beard could use some work, though. I mean, he needs to grow that stash out. It looks retarded.
But. They lit each other up. Poirier was trying to recover, and he was trying to get up from the ground. He was on all fours. Eddie Alvarez landed a couple knees that were legal, and then he threw a knee to his head that clearly was illegal.
Oh, 100%.
100%, and it fucking fucked him up. So they called the fight.
In the ear, I think it was.
Yep, they called the fight a no contest, and now they're running it back. Honestly, I think the fight's going to look similar to what it did look like. Honestly, I love both of these guys. I don't know who the fuck's going to win, dude.
I think I'm going to pick Alvarez. Because I think Poirier's going to be too anxious. He's going to be too anxious and to try to get his revenge because he's pissed because he thinks Alvarez did it on purpose. He didn't think so initially.
I'll be rooting for Poirier. I don't know who I want to take. Initially, I thought to myself, Poirier by decision.
It's not going decision.
It could.
It could, but I don't think it is.
You don't think so?
I think these guys have too big of a score to settle, and somebody's going to go to sleep. I just happen to think it's going to be Poirier. Because I think Poirier's going to be too anxious.
All I'm saying is if Poirier goes out there and looks impressive again in this fight,
I wouldn't be surprised if Poirier won, though.
Let's go. Fuck, you know what? Let's go. If Poirier wins, I want Poirier, Khabib, and Russia. I will fucking fly there. It's fucking going down.
You'll watch Poirier get murked.
Yo, you call me crazy. It's about stylistic matchups. Mike and I talked about this. If Khabib fights the way he's been fighting against everyone, I think stylistically, I think Poirier's a tougher fight for Khabib than people think.
He fucked Barboza's day.
Yeah, but Barboza's not well-rounded.
No, I'm just saying, but he did.
I think Poirier matches up well.
Khabib power is underestimated.
He can't stand with Poirier or Alvarez.
Well,
he can't stand with Poirier or Alvarez.
Toe-to-toe, no, but his power is underestimated, I think.
No, he can't strike his way off a wet paper bag.
His
power is underestimated. No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
You know how many times he hit fucking Al Iaquinta and didn't knock him out?
I think his power is underestimated.
Oh, get out of here, dude. Honestly, after seeing the last handful of fights with Khabib, I like, honestly, I like Poirier matching up against Khabib more than I like Poirier matching up against Alvarez. Alvarez is a hard dude to fucking take down. You have no choice when you fight Eddie Alvarez to fucking stand there and fucking fist fight him. Khabib could probably take him down, but he's no threat to you on the floor. Poirier's a legit threat on the floor to you to submit you. He submit tons of dudes that were good grapplers. Now, Khabib is the fucking grappler of all grapplers, but I just think the stylistic matchup is interesting. You fight Eddie Alvarez, if you can't take him down, which it's hard to take him down, you have no choice but to fight Eddie Alvarez like that. You have no choice to stand toe-to-toe.
Yeah, he's going to make you fight him.
He's going to make you fight him. Like, that's why I got worried when they first fought. I'm like, yo, this is going to be a fucking bloodbath. But it was. It was a fucking knockdown, drag-out fight.
It's going to be a good fight, but I think Eddie Alvarez put him to sleep.
So you're taking Eddie Alvarez. I'll be rooting for...
But I would not
I'll be rooting for the Diamond. I mean,
I would not be surprised at all if Poirier won this fight.
If the Diamond didn't get hit with a legal knee, he could have won the fight. But, I mean, whatever. Eddie Alvarez had his moments. They both hurt each other. Both dudes proved they could beat each other. Just like TJ Dillashaw versus Cody Garbrandt, they both proved they could beat each other. So, yeah.
Fuck TJ. Snake in the grass.
Oh, little fucking snake in the grass. You fucking snake in the grass. You bet the money with that 500,000 I made you? You bet the money with that 500,000? That shit's fucking hilarious. So, I guess we'll round this out. We'll just see what's going on in the sports world.
Don't sleep on Khabib, bro.
I don't know, man. I'm just seeing some shit with Khabib where I'm just like...
He's powerful. He's very
There's
powerful.
holes in Khabib's game, man.
But the one thing he's really good at...
I think he would. Honestly, I think he would smoke Ferguson, though. Ferguson's like, I see holes in his game, but like, I think he'd smoke Ferguson. I think Ferguson's lack of athletic ability and the fact that he's not hard to take down. I think he would have mounted Ferguson and beat the shit out of him. Yeah. That's what I think. That's just me.
I think he'd also beat the shit out of Conor too.
I don't know. See, I feel like that's
Conor's ground game is atrocious.
Yeah, but I feel like if he lets Conor Alvarez, I'll say this:
he should never let.
If he lets Conor Alvarez or Poirier stand on the feet for too long, either three of those dudes can beat him.
Oh, without question. I just think he would take Conor down.
It's all fun and games standing around and fucking around with Al Quinta and Michael Johnson. They can't fucking strike. I mean, well, Johnson can strike a little bit. He's got some pop, but Al Quinta can't strike. Save his life. He says he can. He can't. Let's see what's going on in the sports world, shall we? Oh, wow. The two worst sports in the world pop up.
How fucking dare you? Well, for one of them, anyway.
Josh Gordon won't be with the Browns when training camp opens.
Some news that just came out. Josh Gordon announced he will not be with the Cleveland Browns at the start of training camp on Thursday. He said that it was for health and treatment reasons.
He's on that marijuana, bro. Josh Gordon, health and treatment. Rehab.
He doesn't want to take that piss test.
Yo, that's what it is. He's probably drinking aloe vera or whatever the fuck these nerds do. Wheatgrass, trying to get the weed out of his system.
Okay, that's a stretch.
Oh, fuck out of here.
Exit out this fucking video.
Fuck out of here. Yo, Josh Gordon out here trying to say he's like, fuck.
Go to ESPN.
He's like, fuck the feds. We out here.
Go down to the headlines there.
Canal says not knowing beef risk by mistake. Yo, okay, let's talk about this. Fucking Canelo Alvarez. What's with these dudes just getting caught and like saying, "Oh, I ate horse meat"?
That's very true though. They treat the cattle that they eat in Mexico with serious fucking shit.
But do you know how much you have to take a decent amount? What is he just injecting cattle meat into his veins?
No, he probably eats a fuck ton of it.
I don't know. I don't know enough about that shit, so
because those guys inject their cattle with.
But it's either dick meat, it's either dick pills or I ate horse meat.
Well,
what is with all these dudes? It's either they fucking can't get their cocks up at 28 years old with all that adrenaline, or it's, oh man, I got some bad fucking Brahma bull meat in the middle of fucking Argentina somewhere, and it's fucking all of a sudden my testosterone levels through the roof. I feel like a new man.
Please tell me you saw John Jones on the Joe Rogan Experience.
What about him?
and when Joe Rogan asked him why he took dick pills, and
what do you say?
John Jones goes, Joe, I got a big dick. I can only get so much blood there to get it hard. Like
That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
He goes, I got a big cock.
You got to
Joe.
tell someone you got a big cock. Whatever.
Dude, that shit made me
But anyways,
the way
whatever,
he said
dude.
it was hilarious.
Fucking.
He's full of shit, but
boxing's
he's
trash. No one watches boxing anymore. See what the fuck
Patriots
else is
trying to
going on.
trade Mitchell.
Gordon, Patriots shopping trade for wide receiver Mitchell. Yeah, because Mitchell's not that good.
Well, they can't afford to lose any
What, he
fucking
got hurt?
receivers.
Whatever, dude. Patriots will still come out there and drop 400 wins.
Yeah, Tom Brady just finds a way to.
What do you
win
think?
10
What do you
games a
think
year.
about all this shit that's going on with LaShawn McCoy? Did you see that?
Yeah, I did see that. It's plausible. Everything that happened with Reuben Foster, I wouldn't put it past these fuckers. These guys-
Okay, so tell the people what happened with Reuben Foster.
Reuben Foster, he got arrested because some chick said he beat the shit out of her. And it turns out, they found out, and she even testified in court and said this herself, she was just trying to ruin his career and get money out of him. At least ruin his career. I know that I'm pretty sure get money out of him too.
So Reuben Foster didn't Stone Cold stun his girlfriend.
No, he was 100% innocent. She even admitted herself in open court.
What a piece of shit.
She was just trying to fuck up her career. She should go to prison for as long as he was facing for that assault charge.
We should ask Murph. Murph was like, I was there. It was a misty, cold night. It was a cold night. I was there. He did not lay hands on her.
He slapped her, but he did not tuck the thumb. It is not assault.
He used the back of his hand. Shaw Cotter, he said, to use the back of your hand. It's okay.
He did not tuck the thumb. If you don't tuck the thumb, it's not assault.
That's fucking hilarious.
It's horrible and it's a lie, but still, that's so funny.
Dude, Murph needs to become like a reporter, like an NFL correspondent.
He'd be the best beat reporter of all time. He wouldn't be as rich as he is now.
Yo, we got to get Murph on this podcast.
You need a millionaire in this room.
Murph's a millionaire?
You need Millionaires Row.
What are you talking
He's a part
about?
of Millionaires FedEx.
They're not millionaires.
He's a part of Millionaires Row.
No, they're... Okay. Al and Carson make good money there.
They all make good money.
They don't make what Al and Carson make.
Well, no. They're part of Millionaires Row.
Dude, I wonder what the fuck they do up there. Because, like, dude, Al's always worried about shit that, like, you shouldn't be worried about. Like, what... Where do you have time to, like, make sure there's no beer cans floating out of the storage drain?
Researches Colts versus Titans stats all fucking day.
Murph's
So he
just
can
up there in
shit
his
on me when
office,
he
and he's
comes
like,
out.
what the... What?
So he just shit on me when he
comes out. He's like, yo, I feel like even if he has nothing to find, Murph will just, like, slide by and be like, Mariota's a pussy, take off.
The funny thing about it is all the stats he's spitting out about Titans and Colts, all fucking true. That's what gets to me about it. They're all true.
Word. So apparently LaShawn McCoy is showing up to Bills camp.
He should. Well, apparently
he's been beating the shit out of his whole entire family. Apparently, no one's safe, not even the dog.
No.
Hide your kids, hide your wife, hide the dog.
LaShawn McCoy got accused of setting his girlfriend up. Somebody else broke into the house, beat the shit out of his ex-girlfriend, and she thinks he set her up because he knew how to avoid the cameras.
Interesting.
But the thing about it is,
Murph's just like, I'm the one that set the cameras up.
The burglar left out the front door. Like it's not like he left out of a blind spot on the south side through a rear window. He walked out the fucking front door. Like he might have been just lucky. He just walked out the fucking front door.
Here's some football news. Cowboys Randy Gregory fully cleared and reinstated.
Yeah, it's old news.
Is that old news?
Yeah, like a week ago, I think.
Connor Barwin agrees to a 2-year deal with
Randy
the Giants.
Gregory was a fucking beast at Nebraska.
Yeah, dude.
He was a fucking beast at Nebraska. Yeah, that's what I forgot to tell you. Connor Barwin signed with the Giants.
Yep.
Not that it makes much of a difference. Connor Barwin's, he's average.
Odell Beckham Jr. will report to the Giants camp on time. David Johnson reports the Browns replace guys. Bubble. You haven't been watching much basketball, have you? Paying attention to any of that shit? What's going on? What's your feelings on what's going on in the NBA? I like your Nuggets, man.
Dude, I'm telling you.
I like your Nuggets, yo.
Sleeping on them, and I like it.
Dude, who's your dude there?
Jokic?
Jokic is just like...
The Joker.
Fuck, I'm the real true foreign player. Fuck Dirk, fuck Powell. He's like, I'm out here He's out here driving, doing no look left hand ball. He's
so good.
This dude had a play. I watched this dude drive, takes his 2 steps, left hand ball fakes like he's going up left hand layup, no look behind the back with the right hand to a dude for a bucket. I was like, yo, who is this baloney looking eating motherfucker out here? Where's he from?
Serbia, I think.
Serbia?
Somewhere in.
I don't know why. I don't know why, but he just looks like his favorite food is just a bologna sandwich.
It could be. What the fuck are you getting?
I don't fucking know. He just looks like a dude that would eat a bologna sandwich. He has that type he has that type of face where like you could tell certain people eat too many cold cuts. It looks like it's like seeping through his pores. You know what I'm talking about?
Yo, what are you watching? What's that movie? What's that movie with Martin Lawrence? Blue Streak.
Oh yeah, that is where that's from.
He's eating too much coca.
Oh, dude, that's hilarious.
Coming through your
Yeah,
pores.
dude, that's fucking funny. That is where that's from.
It's seeping.
But no,
coming
some
through your
people
pores.
really do. They look like they got cold cut necks. Like it's all red and shit. It looks like some fucking Black Forest ham up
I
in
keep
there,
hearing
bro.
Martin Lawrence say that, and it keeps making me geek out.
Dude, Martin Lawrence, can I interest you in a stick of gum? You know, nine
Excuse me,
out of
darling.
9
Excuse me,
doctors
darling.
recommend this shit.
I think it's 5 out of 5 dentists recommend this
Yeah,
shit.
something like that, dude. That shit's so funny.
Partner goes, "You hit on her?" Yeah. What's all that crap about interracial relationships? I'm completely against it when the man is white.
When he's like, they crash and he's like, got the fucking pine thing, the air freshener's nose, and he goes, baby, he goes, you ain't seeing the bigger picture here. He goes, what we talking about? He goes, man, it's easy. He goes, they're smuggling in all these cans to further suppress and replicate the black man.
Do you believe the crap that's coming out of your mouth? I'm not really sure. Tell him finish talking.
Word. Or when he goes, ooh, the Planet of the Apes looking lady in the dress. And the guy's like, that's my father. He goes, handsome man. Turns the other way. That shit's so fucking funny. But yeah, so I don't know dude. Honestly, it's because we see all these dudes all the time and they're in the limelight. But like, dude, why are all these players just getting wild? You're worth millions of dollars. You could make so much money. You're out here just fucking finger fucking people and punching your girlfriend in the face.
Fuck
like,
boying it up. They're fuck boying it up.
I don't know. I don't get it, man.
It's because they got money. They're doing the same shit they were doing. They just have money to do it now.
So your Nuggets, man, they can make the playoffs this year? Or
Nuggets
what?
are making the playoffs, definitely.
Nuggets making the
Matter
playoffs?
of fact, I saw a thing on ESPN that they have them ranked 9th in the power rankings.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yo, peep this. Dirk Nowitzki officially back for his 21st season.
New record.
New record. Most years with one team, man.
Yep. Good for him.
I love Dirk Nowitzki, dude. I love his game, all that. And he wasn't a great defender, which I love defense, but
Dude,
like
that dude, he was
a
different kind of player.
Dude, just so
you couldn't block him either. You could not block
back
him.
Foot fader over the top.
That fade
7
and
foot.
the fact that he's so fucking tall and length. Oh my
Just
god.
something
Could not be
about
stopped.
touch, man.
Could not be stopped.
Grizzlies trade Martin to Magic for D. Johnson. Alex Len agrees to a deal with the Hawks. He probably got overpaid.
Who?
Michael Beasley.
Alex Len.
Michael Beasley joined the Lakers.
Yeah,
Beasley can play. He doesn't play
I-
defense, but
Honestly, until I heard him this year, I didn't know he's still in the fucking league.
Beasley offensively is still a really good player. He just
Remember what college he came out of?
Kansas State.
Yep.
Yeah, dude, that's throwback, bro.
I'm surprised.
Remember, he was the number one pick. I used to actually watch college sports when I was in high school.
I'm
all the time.
surprised you remember
I
that.
played high school sports. So.
surprised you remember that.
Yeah, dude, Kansas State. Remember, dude, he was tearing it up, dude, jumping over dudes, dunking on people, hitting threes. I was like, yo, Michael Beasley's real. But Michael Beasley didn't buy into the defensive side of the ball. And he doesn't pass. He doesn't rebound that
He
well.
had a good season, like a couple
With the
seasons
Heat?
ago. It was just out of nowhere.
Yeah, with the Heat. He played all right with the Knicks, too.
I think it might have been one of the next one.
What do you think about all these fans just destroying these LeBron murals like children? It's like, okay, well, there's a chance LeBron's going to bring LA more championships. What the fuck are you doing ripping murals down?
Because he's a threat to Kobe's legacy.
Yeah, it's kind of corny, though.
Which is stupid because he hasn't played one fucking game. Or there's a lot of Cleveland fans in LA.
This just reminded me. I got to set our fantasy up.
Yeah. Got my boy Chris wanting to get on the league, bro.
Well, the guys that said they wanted to play filled it.
Oh, it's
so
all
we have
filled
no,
up
yeah,
now?
so we have no spots.
Damn. You should have told me, dude. I was going to text him. I'll text him tomorrow.
So, anything else going on you want to touch? Anything going on out there in the sports world that's been popping lately, you think? Go Titans, go Nuggets.
I mean, both.
How do you think your Michigan Wolverines are going to do this fall?
I'm calling it undefeated national champs.
Is that just being stupid? Or
No, it's being realistic.
you think undefeated national champs?
Maybe one loss. Maybe one loss somewhere in the middle. Some surprise conference team's going to beat them. But, dude, I don't think you quite realize how good Shea Patterson is, the guy who's coming in from Ole Miss.
Okay, so I know who Shea Patterson is. Quarterback?
He's from Ole Miss, transferred to Michigan.
Because I scout the players for the NFL.
He might be
I
a
don't
big-time
watch college
quarterback.
football.
He might be a big-time quarterback.
I find hours of their film, and I just
NFL.
watch it when I'm doing nothing.
He's very good.
He's undersized, though.
He's extremely talented.
I'd have to watch him play. I don't think size is the end-all, be-all, but it does have some sort of correlation. You got to be athletic enough to play in the league.
He is athletic.
I'd have to go and watch him play more. I've watched some of his film. The reason why I don't get hung up on the Baker Mayfield being 6'1", 210, 220 pounds, he's built like a fucking man. He's built like an athlete. I got pissed when they did all these Johnny Manziel comparisons because it's like, Johnny Manziel is built like my fucking next-door neighbor's fucking 16-year-old daughter.
Remember how he, for the longest time, up until a month
Manziel was
before the
5'11",
draft,
190 pounds,
like
not athletic.
up until a month before the draft, they thought he was going number 1 overall or number 2 behind Jadeveon Clowney.
Johnny Manziel. Anyone that really thought Johnny Manziel was going to be like a high-level player.
And then the combine happened, and then his stock dropped.
You know who he reminds me of? I've been saying this the whole entire time. He reminds me, if you had to make a player, he reminds me of Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Not as athletic.
No.
Built like him.
Give him time.
Built like him, but that's who he reminds me of. Now, Russell has a more powerful arm because he played baseball. Like, he has a powerful arm, Russell Wilson.
Well, so does Baker Mayfield. That dude
He
can
does.
chuck a fucking ball.
Listen, bottom line is your arm is only as powerful as your Madden rating, all right? And until I see Baker Mayfield's throwing power rating on Madden, then we can't go any further.
Okay.
So that's when I always make like shitty remarks. Like we as a joke we base things off 2K and NFL.
that makes
Like
sense.
I was telling,
that makes sense.
I was telling Spencer the other day. I go, you want to know something fucking wicked crazy? He goes, what? I go, I have an up to date roster. I go, an edited roster, and I go, and I've been playing my franchise on NBA, and I go, I put LeBron over on the Lakers with the boys, and I go, they fucking suck. They make it into the 8 or the 7 seed, and then they crash out of the playoffs first round. They're trash.
That's funny.
But yeah, so anything you want to talk about? Anything you want to hit on?
I think we pretty much covered it.
I think much covered it. You excited for the NFL season, bro?
I'm always excited for the NFL. Even if the Titans suck, I just want to watch football. I love football.
Best part about this is though, I work all day Sunday, but I can bring whatever. I know Nate doesn't listen to it. It doesn't really matter. I bring my laptop to work because I sit by myself
Right.
on Sunday and on Saturday. I can watch the games when I'm at work, but I'll have Monday and Thursday night off though from work, so we can get together, watch games. We can talk about them and stuff like that. So
We can
yeah, I'm interested in it.
analyze them live on the podcast.
Dude, hey, we should do a live podcast on Monday Night Football. Go Bengals, go Titans, go Baker Mayfield.
Oh my! I hope he fucking just
Dude, I hope
starts
he fucking
slinging
tears
it.
it up. But yeah,
16 and I'm calling it. Cleveland Browns.
do you want to plug anything? We let everyone do a plug at the end. I mean, I know you're not trying to do anything on YouTube or nothing, or
No.
if you get that PlayStation, you can start streaming anything like that. Anything on the horizon?
No.
You're not going to make a.
My life is not that exciting.
You're not going
it's
to make
sports.
a YouTube channel where you just fish with a lipper in and talk shit and just talk about how much of a dirty lib you are.
I mean, I put a lipper in and say "fuck you, Evan," for calling me a dirty lib. But other than that,
Listen, bro. All I'm saying is you got to respect the playing field, all right?
all I'm saying is build that wall.
Wow, yeah. We'll end on that. Build the wall. You guys can find me on Instagram, Twitter, the Big Piece on Twitter. You can find me on my Twitch. I'll probably be streaming later tonight. The Big Piece on there and on YouTube. I'm eventually going to be moving all these podcasts to my YouTube, which I'm the Big Piece as well on YouTube. Eventually, we're going to move it over there, and hopefully, if we get the stuff, we might do a video podcast sometime in the near future and try to
filming these suckers. So glad to have you on, AndyJ.
I had fun. I had a lot of fun.
It was fun, isn't it?
I had a lot of fun.
Isn't it fun?
I had a lot of fun.
We've been having so much fun doing this, and like Spencer normally doesn't like to talk to people and stuff like that. So I was curious. Spencer's been doing a great job. Go back and listen to those podcasts.
I was listening to one in your car, and he was involved in it.
He does a great job. The problem is, the reason why Hawkeye didn't come on this episode, he hasn't been paying attention to football as much, and he didn't watch the last set of fights. And he goes, "Well, I
haven't
understand."
watched fights in a long time.
He didn't want to sit there and have nothing to say. It'd be boring or whatever.
I haven't watched fights in a long. That's why a lot of these
He sat out for
undercard
this
guys, I don't know who they are.
But hopefully Hawkeye watches the fight this week. I don't know what his work schedule's like, and then we'll get back to people. It's going to be hard because of his work schedule. I'm going to be doing some podcasts by myself or with some guests. So, but yeah, that's it. That's episode 5 or 6. I'm not exactly sure. And we'll see you guys soon. We're out.
Peace.